And even if you were to have like a prompt of 10 different things, right? Like say if you had one prompt of like, oh, like here's 10 different personality traits, here's 10 different superpowers, here's 10 different drawbacks.
I like coming up with random list of powers and then just see what I come up with.
Imagine rolling just those things every single time. It's always going to vary. The possibility of that happening is, again, like a 1 in 10 chance, but it's like, it shows that there's an infinite possibility.
Always something else cool right around the corner that we can come up with, because there's no end to the prompts. There's no end to what we can roll up.
Now we're going to be officially rolling for superpowers. This is usually the make or break. Ayo, and hello everyone, and welcome to a whimsically whacked out Wednesday. It is me, your weird Uncle E, and of course, I should have been saying this in the first place. Welcome to Roll for Hero, a segment of the channel in which we let the dice dictate what on God's green earth we will be drawing for today. It is, of course, your weird Uncle E, but of course, with me today is my big bearded, bald-headed, beautifully sexy man claimed to be as such in 1969, Mr. Fish. This was totally such a proper intro. How dare I?
What is up, man? Glad to be here. What is up, Kyron, Rod, Dragon Gaming, Ben? Glad to see everybody in here. Hope y'all are having a wonderful Wednesday. I am getting over being sick, and I'm glad to be on the mend. Still feel a little crappy, but I'm glad to be here.
Yes, I am back, Rob. My job has essentially screwed. Oh, you're Mr. Fizz, not
Kyron,
Fish.
pointing out the obvious.
How dare you? Yeah, I'm back. My job basically screwed me over a little bit, changed my schedule last minute without telling me. So that's not fun. And all because people keep quitting. They say our generation doesn't want to work, but maybe it's because the people managing aren't doing their job as well. I don't know. I could be wrong. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm glad to be back, guys. And sorry for not being here last week. Although I did check out the stream a little bit after they were finished, streaming the episode. Very informative as well. And if you guys want to go check it out and like get all that fun information as to understanding like the, realms of, knowledge, not entertainment, having knowledge, trying to get into the entertainment industry by going to professional schools and colleges, go check out that episode. That was very informative, very calm, cool, collective, but it was really interesting to see the intricate characters that were drawn on that session. Doesn't they know that they need Esteban more than Esteban needs them?
Kyron out here instigating. I see
Listen,
you, Kyron.
Man.
Kyron be starting stuff since way back. That's one of the reasons I love Kyron. And one of the reasons I barrage him with an endless stream of memes all day long in the chat is because he'd be starting stuff. Sent me something crazy one day, and I was like, "Oh, you want to play? All right, I'll play."
Uncle, your wife would love horror animatic villain last week. Call him Wreckage the Forgotten. Wait, hold on a second. Am I reading that correctly? Your wife would have liked my horror animatronic villain last week. Called him Wreckage the Forgotten. He's a 20-foot tall bear spider and snake robot. Whoa! That's some
that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, you think you would like that, honey?
Actually, he did show me that last week.
I know. I think we were showing a bear trap. I think it was done by Dadpool, if I'm incorrect.
Yeah, Deadpool did a really cool one, bear trap, with that, and which inspired me to have to do a version as well because it was just too much fun.
And then also to answer Benjamin's question here, did I decide to make it? Unfortunately, no. I was very occupied, trying my best to not die from working every afternoon shifts. I try to work the mornings, people, and afternoon's my time where I would be like, all right, I'm back here to do whatever. Nah, work said, no, you're working the afternoon now, and I'm like, great. Love that. No, I don't. Are we making Space Gremlins today? Well, Rob Shepard, since you've asked such a unique question, turns out we do happen to have the thought process of wanting to create something interesting. You see, we've been creating a lot of fun characters, from villains to henchmen to heroes, side characters, questionable individuals that may or may not have motives, and yet we haven't even done the typical space sci-fi-ish thing for this season in Roll for Hero, the sci-fi saga, as I now give it a name. And we haven't even came up with cool alien monsters yet.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm looking forward to is, the kind of thing that gets swept up into the space menagerie by the evil scientist. What are the like major predators that hunt the moons of Jupiter, things like that? Like what would the gorillas and the lions and the hippopotami and the killer whales of like outer space be? Figuring up those big space monsters. That's the kind of stuff. Oh, I love that stuff,
That's
man.
always
I
also.
love that stuff.
We got Jordan VT stating, "Hey guys, I'm sorry I wasn't around. Sorry, I was around during the last 5 weeks. I was on vacation in Kenya for Christmas, buddy. Family first, but that is awesome. I'm glad that you're able to be a part of this.
It's beginning to look a lot like Kenya.
Can you tell me what you got for Christmas? Because that's very interesting. See what I did there? Bad puns. See, I am an uncle. I am truly unk in every way possible. Godzilla Space Dragon. You see, we got something going on here. Okay, so hold on a second. We got gorillas and lions and hippopotamus. Oh my!
Exactly.
My future wife has dictated what you were literally. That's exactly what it says in the comment here.
Oh, it says, "Oh my, that's funny."
See, I like where Dragon Gaming said that too. Is what about drawing spaceships?
Oh,
I love drawing spaceships.
Okay, but you see now, but then if we're gonna do that, I think that's gonna have to be next episode then, because
we need to collect some junk. That's what we need to do. We need to collect some junk and some trash, and then turn that random things into spaceships.
Okay,
That's what we need.
Like literally, you were on par for the course of what I was actually gonna suggest, which was the idea of like we'll make a list of random objects. Whether if it's like a remote control to the house, the video game controller, a computer, or whatever the heck it is, and then we're just gonna convert that into a spaceship, and then that's gonna be Jupiter Jack and Meteor Mandy's mode of transportation throughout the cosmos.
See, Kyron was watching the good old School of Fish back in the day, I believe, when I was working on the Mighty Caw, and I literally created the spaceship that the space pirates are in out of like a utility knife and a screwdriver that I just happened to have on my desk when I was working. And I used that as a reference and created the spaceship off of that. But that makes it so much fun, is just making it up out of random stuff and seeing
This
where
do
you
be
go.
true. And then not only that, we got is the fiance going to dictate what happens next in Roll for Hero? Well, she is a somewhat of a guest. She is here. Say hi. What? Say hi, fiance.
Hi, fiance.
So she will be joining along. She'll definitely be critiquing the method of what I will be drawing for today, as you know,
as she should.
As she should. Fun stuff all around. Kung Fu Trash Pandas in space.
That would be awesome.
Okay.
Well, see, that's what we're going to do today, though, is we are going to create random monsters, but we need you guys to start yelling out a bunch of different animals, insects, whatever, that we can then pick from to mash up to make something cool out of. Okay. So yell out whatever you can think of.
Okay. So how about we try to make it a little bit more specific, so then that way we can kind of diversify what we kind of got going on here. Like, I don't know why. When you said insects, I was like, okay, how about we try to get one mammal, one reptile, an insect.
Fish.
Me, Kyron, thank you so much.
A fish?
Okay, so it's bald, sexy, and bearded. Got that.
I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, my mother fell for such a man as that and had 5 children. I am number 2. Ooh, okay. Honey, do you mind looking at this? Can you be of assistance and look up what that one is right there?
Trilobite.
Trilobite. I have the fish working alongside the fish. I have the wife working alongside with me. Fish has always been working on my side in this.
Fish now.
Raven.
And I would try to find a way to make a pun to say that
Oh, a raven gorilla. That would be awesome.
Oh. All right, hold on. We got a lot over here. I feel like at this point, this is.
Oh.
Okay,
That's what we got for a trilobite, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, wow, that is actually cool. If you actually look at the image of a trilobite. Thank you, Benjamin. Love that. Raven, gorilla, Hercules beetle. Oh, okay. Hold up. We got some really great suggestions. Slug, armadillo, duck, beaver, Since you mentioned duck, I'm gonna show it off.
Okay.
If my wife ever decided to have a VTuber model, it would look like this.
Not really, but
I would theoretically draw that. And the character would be known as Mallard Mallory or Mallory Mallard. Anyways.
Space dinos.
Dinosaurs in space. You really can't go wrong. Like if you really want to
No,
grab the attention of a
absolutely
5-year-old,
cannot go wrong.
you got to have dinosaurs, you got to have space, and you got to have superheroes. And honestly, I'm calling it a day. That's like the best way to really go for it. Oh man, oh man, oh man. We got Horseshoe.
Oh, God, what was the name of that space dinosaur cartoon in the 80s?
Okay, I'm gonna shoot this one in the dark. Extreme Dinosaurs.
I don't know if that's right. Space Urchin. Ooh.
Raven head, gorilla body, beetle armor, horn, and wings. Dinosaurs in space? Kyron, I mean, from how it sounds, I think you want us to draw more mammals, honestly. But that's just my opinion. Nobody asked for. But, I mean, listen, I'm never against space.
I missed horseshoe crab.
Yeah,
it's not making too much sound, is it?
Are you guys hearing a bit of a hum in the back over here on my end? Because I got some space penguins. Because what's it called? Fiance's testing out the
3D printer.
The 3D printer, which we have graciously created such amazing prints, like my Shadow Warrior guy over here. That's aside the point. And hey, since we're talking about the 3D printer, or at least I know I am. Would you guys want us to ever create the characters that we have made thus far on Roll for Hero?
That was it, Kyron. Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. You see, I was thinking Extreme Dinosaurs because it was also like a cartoon that crossed over with the Street Sharks.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the name of that, but Dinosaurs was the one I was thinking about.
Hickory Horn Devil.
And you want to roll with one of these today?
Unfortunately, as you know what? Well, hold on. That depends if we get like, how many, Mr. Fish, how many of these suggestions do we have?
We've got a lot. So
would you say it's around like 20-ish or so?
Probably well past, I would imagine.
I was going to say because she got me, the fiance gave me some of these special dice that have like little things in them that we could roll. Is it even go through here?
Do I have a cover for the Hotshot Ace Blade crossover? No, Paige, I do not. Haven't been tapped for that one yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. All right, let's see. Wait a minute. We might have let me check. We might have a double or two in here, just making sure.
Space Sharks, guys, stop giving the Asylum more ideas. They already have like 14 different shark movies, guys. I saw Sharknadoes 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I'm gonna take fish out because that's me. So okay, we got 20 now.
We officially have 20. Okay, I think it would be interesting if we were to roll a D20. In this case, this is actually the first time I think on the show we're properly rolling a D20 to actually roll a suggestion here. Alrighty then.
Hold on a second. Let me number them real quick. 1.
You over there then, yeah. Because all of our dice are currently in our gumball machine that we have.
The dice are all in the gumball machine.
Literally, we have a gumball machine.
So often is the case.
Roll for 3, roll for 3. Guys, but it's roll 4, Hero. Come on, guys.
Will that go through?
Oh, went through. All right. I ended up rolling the first number here. We got numero dos.
2 would be Trash Panda.
Trash Panda. All right.
What's up, Victor Medina? Good to see you, brother. Jellyfish, octopus, manta ray mix. Ooh.
All right. I got raccoon over here. So we got that. I'm going to try. Ooh, can I use the Valentine's Day one?
Oh, I just put them back.
Oh, sorry, hon. Wait, where did you roll, Mr. Fish?
I got a bat.
Ooh, a bat.
7 is an armadillo.
Ooh, all right, and I'm gonna get the last roll here. I don't care if I spelled that correctly or not. I know what it is. I am not.
Well, that's
writer.
Dragon Gaming got a 7. He asked what it was, so I was telling him armadillo.
Oh, okay, never mind then. My apologies. On. All right, since you already got bat, let me go for one roll over here. We got 16.
16 would be vampire squid.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to look that one up. I know I've seen it before, but I got a lot of squids in my brain.
That's questionable at best, but I'm not one to judge. All right, thank you, my love.
Oh,
And they're properly put away in this cute little box. Look at that. It's like a little cute thing of like dice that looks like those candies you get on Valentine's Day.
Good old Kraken dice. My favorite.
Honestly, that would be one hell of a sponsor if we got sponsored by
know, right?
Kraken Dice for an episode of Roll for Hero. That would be awesome. Imagine if the lizard shark alien has one of these alien monsters as a pet. Okay. That is interesting.
Okay,
context,
see, a vampire squid is incredibly cute and kind of terrifying.
It's one of those. Also, for context, especially what Benjamin was just stating, the lizard shark alien, this character right above me is Raksha, the highly suspicious looking salesman who's actually just an honest salesman, but is just very he's just very chill. He's a good guy. He just looks really suspicious. So imagine if this guy had what we're rolling up as like a pet of some kind. That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now the real question is this now? I think this is where we should do like an even and odd roll as to whether or not this thing is going to be huge or this thing would be small.
God, that is cute and terrifying.
Oh my gosh.
Like they're very cutesy, but then they have these like fangs all over inside on their tentacles.
Yes, Rob, that Raksha does look a little sus, but I mean, again, he is an honest businessman who's living a comfortable lifestyle on a resort-like planet. The problem is he was once deceived by the Deceptiles, and it kind of ruined his reputation a little bit. You know, Jupiter Jack booked him, but in reality, he was an innocent alien who committed no crimes. He's just really suspicious sounding. All right, Mr. Fish, you are to roll the last.
I have no idea how we're going to mix this together.
Neither do I.
Come on,
but then again, I
roll.
once
Give us
rolled
something
up.
good.
You know what's crazy? I remember rolling up like a scorpion, a spider, a bat, and
a
like
gorilla.
A gorilla.
A vampire squid, gorilla, trash panda bat.
Thank you, my love. And there we go, everyone. We have your suggestions officially made it as to the list of our finalized monster that we are making.
The Mouth of the South over here picked 4 Dragon Gaming to answer your question. So now we're mixing 4 things together. I might would have gone with 2, but you know.
We could actually
made it easy on myself.
We could do this. I mean, we could diversify it a little bit, and we can do one of 2 things. I could take 2 suggestions, and you can take 2 suggestions, and then that way we can kind of create our own monster to an extent.
D4?
I don't want to stab myself.
What, to roll it?
I don't care. Look how sharp this thing is. Look at this. It could murder a man by.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah,
I don't want to step on that.
I'm feeling it's sharp, honey. She's trying to kill me. No, she's not. She loves it. Okay, now you're trying to kill me. Got my eyes on you. Yeah, you doing?
Oh my god.
Hey.
After that sweet, sweet insurance money.
Yeah, she gets all 10 cents out of my account.
Now that account's monetized on YouTube, she's going to be raking in the dollars upon dollars.
dollars. Hey, listen, dollars upon dollars is something, especially for content creators. And if you guys want the show to continue onward, and if you guys want me to stay on Roll for Hero, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because Roll for Hero is actually monetized more on my side of everything, and I can actually make this a part of my living.
To answer, what's up, Dadpool? To answer Dragon Gaming's question, 3, 8, and 13 are a raven, a duck, and what was the other one? 13, space urchin. Okay.
And also to answer your question, Benji, not really a question, but to address your comment, yeah, she is trying to kill me before the wedding. Trying to flatline your future husband here. How dare you?
Because I can.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good idea, Rod Shepard. I'm digging it.
Okay, well, Mr. Fish, do you want to go with the idea of you taking 2 animals and I take 2 animals and we kind of do our own thing, or do we really want to challenge ourselves and combine all 4?
I'm not scared of a challenge.
You sure? Sounds like you are.
Yeah, no, I want to challenge myself. I'm gonna put it all out there, and I am going to give it my best go at mixing all these crazy things together. I'm distracted. I just realized the nib on my stylus is at a like total 45-degree angle. So apparently I've worn this little plastic nib down enough. I probably need to replace it, but I don't know where the replacements are. So
all right, I'm literally need to get a picture of a gorilla here.
As is.
I need our references. All right. Bats. Okay, now here's a cool part. We can actually we can choose a bat that we can go off
of. Fruit, vampire, baseball. Whatever your favorite bat.
Bat. Anyways. I'm not gonna lie. I think a vampire bat might be worthwhile here. Oh, look how adorably scary this thing is. Okay, we got that.
Oh, that's cute.
Let me see. We got vampire squid.
Let's see. Duplicate tab. And then I want.
Oh God, it is weirdly adorable.
It is. I'm telling you.
Look at that, honey.
It's like cute and deadly, like me.
Like my spouse that's next to me. She is very adorable. Easy on the peepers. Downside is I think she might stab my peepers out if I ever, do anything dirty.
As she should. Let's see.
Exactly.
But I need my eyes. How else am I gonna get monetized? All right, and then the last one is we got gorilla. Oh, trash panda, of course. Why is it that these are like somehow the most adorable little things in the entire world, and yet they look like they want to like kill you when you're actually near them? The funny thing is, where I work, turns out there's actually a little family of raccoons that live near our gas station.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and we name them Frankie and Friends. It's like, oh, hey, I saw Frankie today. Like, really? I'm like, yeah. I saw his buddy too. They were making love in the trash. Anyways,
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised if I end up seeing that at some point. Exactly. All right, actually, I need to pull up my references all in here. Okay. You know what? I don't. Real quick to those who actually would like to see this kind of content. I actually once made this. I made this one particular monster a while back, and I submitted it to another guy's YouTube channel, where he took like people's fantasy like monsters and whatnot, and tried like making them into fantasy armors and all that stuff. I think I still have the image, but it was like a combination of a scorpion, a spider, and I think like a snake or something like that. Man, would you guys want to just see like I guess what I would call the monster mash, where we could just take like different ideas of different creatures and such, and just merge them together. Should I do that as a fun video series? Let me know. No, the cute and deadly is Mr. E's fiance. Yes, I currently agree. Well, I found a deer leg in the middle of my driveway. Well, you know what? That's an oddity there, but I will admit to that. And again, sorry if you hear anything in the background. We are seeing what the 3D printer is all about and what it's doing.
That's all right. It's not loud. I mean, every once in a while I can hear something, but it's not distractingly loud.
You're playing a game, honey, while I'm taking this very serious moment to draw some fictional creature that doesn't exist?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Okay. And now we got to throw in some. We got to raccoonify this thing.
All right. And then I'm just trying to get my sources all together here. This is me. This is my research phase. Monkey, said the horrifically made Bowser in that one live-action Mario movie. Are you talking about Pot Cross Studios when he turned people's fantasy creatures into fantasy armors back in 2022? Yes. Actually, that is very much the exact episode that I'm talking about. You can actually see my image in there for like a fraction of a second because it was like it didn't get chosen for the video. But that was a lot of fun. And the fact that I was able to see it in this video was awesome. So yeah, I partook in that, and that was actually really awesome. But I merged like a couple animals together to come up with that concept. Would you guys want to see me do an entire series of videos where I just kind of like randomly come up with a monster or a creature for either a fantasy or a sci-fi world? Let me know, because I need more content ideas outside of public domain and making knockoff superheroes. All right, now that I have my sources, we shall begin the actual drawing process. All right, I'm also gonna, you know what? Let me try this real quick. There we go. All right, how am I gonna make this work? Okay, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to find the bigger brush because I'm totally not at all stealing your tactic of blocking out shapes.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, I just recently started doing this and I really love it. Like, it really helps me just block out shapes real quick. And I made a brush specifically for doing this. And then I will jump onto an orange layer and start sketching over that. And the thing that's funny to me is, like, I will rough out a body shape in this light blue layer, like for a human, and then I will jump into the orange to start doing like a tight sketch of the body, and I will just automatically start fixing proportions. I don't even really have to think about it much. I'm like, okay, yeah, that upper arm's too long, so the elbow would be here, and just fix it as I go. So the roughs aren't even that close necessarily to what I want, but it gets me close enough that it lets me jump start a lot faster with the sketch.
All right, hold on a second. There are a few comments go by. Also, Mr. E better sleep either with a baseball bat or one eye open or a taser. Yeah, there's nothing stopping this over here. And I'm not pointing at Mr. Fish. It just happens to be that my
people's D&D characters if they submitted their crazy D&D character ideas. That's a notion. That's how I actually got started making money as an artist back in junior high.
You know, I actually might as well make money doing that. I might as well make content and get monetized from it, because my friends, I basically drew all my friends' D&D characters when I first started playing D&D. Trust me, she gets free art out of all D&D characters that I drew.
That's why she married you. For the pictures.
Exactly.
Yes.
You're just using me.
She's in it for the artwork.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. All right, hold on. So I'm trying to come up with, man, okay, so trying to come up with the squid concept itself. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Okay.
Oh, let me think. Oh, he gone. And he's back. Well, he's almost back. His artwork's back.
What
There
happened?
we go.
What happened? I was
I
gone for
have
like.
no idea. Though I think Restream has been having some trouble because, like, the whole thing pooped out on Sarah the other day when they were doing their show.
Okay. I see the vision of it. I'm just I'm really trying to. Okay. I'm getting somewhere with it. Let's see what we got.
Deadpool knows how it goes. Artwork is how artists get all the ladies. Yeah.
Exactly.
Huh? What?
Exactly. That's what she said. Huh?
Artwork is why artists get all the ladies.
What are we talking about?
This is why our friends haven't apprehended you yet.
Listen, my wives come first.
Whoa. How do you think that makes me feel? Okay. I'm really trying my best. Dang it. It's like I have the vision for it. But I'm just. Okay. Maybe. Kind of do this. Okay.
No, that's not. Okay. We can.
As much as I want to block it out, I'm just going to have to, like. I'm really trying my best to see how this looks to an extent. So I'm just going to have to play with some shapes here. You know how it is. Playing with basic shapes is all artists know how to draw. Because I'm trying to combine like the squid head concept as well as like the ears. Because like I'm trying to play off of that. Hello to all and sorry for coming so late. Just got home from scheduled appointment. Well, listen there, Philip Walters. What did I tell you? I told you not to apologize. Stop it. You're not late for anything. You're just on time. We just probably started at a different time than you. Okay? Even the lady is trying to kill you in the process.
You're on Philip Walters' time. That's okay. That's the perfect time for a Philip Walters.
Okay. Nope. I have no idea what I was doing there. Okay, I'm really trying to. Dang it. Okay, dang it. Because a party wants to play with the idea of like the arms being this.
Yes, you can, Dragon Gaming. We are not going to hold you to a strict set of rules.
All right, I feel like I'm just kind of copying you there.
Come
on, be original, me. Think.
Oh, dry up. You are fine. Oh, I got a whiny wiener out there. Complainingest little doggy I ever seen in my life. But there are no laps for him to be sitting directly upon, and nobody is covering him with a blanket. How shall he survive?
We will never know. Give it 3 heads like a chimera. I think it's a chimera. This is what you're going for. Like Cerberus, we could give it 3 heads. We never specified that they could have separate heads. But This is like the challenge here. Though I appreciate that, Robert. Rob? Shepard? Robert? Is that? I don't know.
Can I call you Rob?
Can I call you Rob? Can I call you Robert? Robert Robertson the third? Anyways. Dispatch meme right there. Anyways. As much as I find that very unique, the challenge is to really combine, to merge these concepts and these ideas together to create some, or you know what, maybe I like the idea of the ape head or like the gorilla head. And I also like the little ears that the what's it called? That the whatchamacallit, the vampire squid has. Probably play on the actual idea of the vampire squid's eyes. So at least we kind of got that going on. And I obviously want to incorporate the raccoon like mask appeal to it. Like to kind of get that there. And then probably the snout or like the mouth of said vampire bat, or the actual bat that I have as a reference here. I don't know if that's a vampire bat or not. Okay. He has no brain cells beyond this point. Maybe if you use bat wings with the vampire squid tentacles with their spice. See, I was literally just thinking that in the process. Like, you know, like I was thinking like the, what's it called? The way I was thinking about it was like either kind of like okay, I don't know. There's this one movie where it's like monsters that fight each other in a wrestling ring. And one of the main like antagonists of that movie was this one like aquatic themed like kaiju essentially, and his arms got to split up into different, you know, parts, like different tentacles. I was kind of thinking like, oh, what if like that was my monster over here, where like he has those big definitive gorilla like muscular, you know, arms, but they actually open up to actually be the like the vampire squid with the leather wing like nature of this bat of some kind, playing on that kind of idea, maybe even going as far as to using that as like a method of flight wherever this creature exists. Who knows? Possibilities are endless when we, you know, roll up some crazy concepts over here.
I'm saying. Never know what you're going to get on old Roll for Hero.
Okay. Okay. Hang on. Okay, I'm managing just fine over here. How is everyone else's rendition of this stuff going? What's it called? Your character going to, what's it called? Like maybe fuse bad wings and that. Is your character going to have tentacle that have ape-like hands at the end? That's actually what wait, hold on. Let me read that again. Tentacles that ooh, okay, that's another good one. It's not a bad idea there. I think it was Rumble, and Abe Sapien, I think, was the main character. It was the villain who was more like it's a shark and a squid hybrid or something like that.
Okay. Man, this is...
It is challenging, and like you're having a better head start actually getting the general shape. I'm just now getting to the whole other portions of this stuff. Okay, honestly, this might be a lot smaller than I intended.
See, I was going to have the tentacles come out really far in front of him, but they got such short, stubby little tentacles, and they're all like umbrellaed in with that skin so they can grab whatever they scoop up like a net. So I think I'm going to have to change that. I think. So is there anything else I could do that would add a raccoon flair to this? If I, other than the mask, if I...
I'm thinking. Man, you guys, we really put ourselves in a bit of a situation here.
Goldfish, tiger, and iguana mixed. A goldfish tiger would be cool.
You can actually play a lot with a goldfish element as well, because you know there's like a vast variety of fish that could be claimed as goldfish, but they're like, you know, different species. This creature looks like a demon. Honestly, it does look like something straight out of a D&D campaign. Like Monster Manual style. It just looks so horrendous.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm torn because I think I'm gonna have to scrap the tail. And I hate scrapping the tail, but I think I'm just gonna have to go with the lower body of the squid to get it in there enough. But then that makes me feel like I don't have enough raccoon in it. So
okay, well, again, we could. It's really difficult to like. Again, these are some really interesting creatures that we're involving ourselves with here.
Oh yeah, this was a heck of a list. Whose bright idea was it to leave it up to the audience?
Well, last I checked, I think it was a bald man, but I mean that's just my. What do I know?
Man, he always thinks he has great ideas until he has to live them out and do them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the bald head is like a really good excuse. It does show that you have more space for ideas. You know, unlike me, I don't have enough of that said space. So I mean,
yeah, all your idea space is taken up with hair.
Exactly. You know, I think it's probably being fitted into the strands. It's probably the reason why I can't finish anything.
Enjoy it while you got it. I can't say that because I've been spending my whole adult life trying to get rid of my hair. And now that it's actually going, I'm like, oh, goodbye.
Yeah,
I'm
my dad
typically worked up about it.
Funnily enough, my dad actually managed to. He tried keeping his hair as best he could, but then once my little brother was born, he's like, ah.
Yeah, I've been trying to go bald for years. Like, been shaving my head for years, wishing I would just go completely bald so it'd be a lot easier to shave. And then all of a sudden, I realized I was actually starting to lose my hair finally because I didn't think I was ever going to, because like my dad didn't, but like my mom had thin hair. And so I think with that combined with all the meds I've been on for 20 years, I think it's more side effects than anything, I think, really. But I wish it would just all go, and then like I wouldn't have to worry about shaving it all the time. That would be nice.
I'm gonna play up on this a little bit. Man, just imagine Jupiter Jack trying to fight this thing. Oh wait, you know what? Instead of that. Really trying to play that gorilla angle on this. All right, there's that bat element. There we go.
All right. Now, is there anything?
There we go. Okay, we're starting to get something here. Now, what would be the context? Like, why? Like, what would this creature be in like doing? Is it kind of like in what's it called? That one John Carter movie where they're just kind of like these battle arena style creatures meant for galactic, like, you know, for the gladiator arena type of situation. Hello, how are y'all doing today? Mr. E's fiance might secretly be an imposter. What?
Listen, just because you see me going through vents doesn't mean I'm an imposter.
Okay, well, first of all, how do you go through vents? I mean, last I checked, I mean, you're a little bit on the.
You better say those.
She's on the what now? Okay, now we've become to watch Esteban get his ass kicked.
Your days of being flat as a board.
Everybody, place your bets.
Her days of being flat as a board is done. She is more curvier than an hourglass. Okay, in the best way possible. I am not. Listen, I am not getting flack for this. I mean this in the best way possible. I love my spouse. I love her to bits. I love my fiance. don't think I'm some evil man or woman hating man over here, because I'm not. I like women, so I'm trying to marry
Everybody
one.
start writing your in memoriams now. Send
I
them.
know, right? At this point, I might as well.
Esteban.carrero.com .RIP. Esteban was a good man. Not a smart man, but a good.
Not a smart one, but he definitely had gusto.
Woo.
Okay, I'm liking the head shape of this for sure. I can see like an entire. You know what I think is always interesting? I never thought of it like until I was like starting to actually play like a game of D&D and whatnot. I'm like, I kind of figured that there are like times where we use animals as like, you know, religious or, you know, mythical, you know, creature, or like, you know, seeing them in a different way. And I can imagine like maybe in a planet far away, these giant size, or maybe these creatures that we're drawing up right now could be seen in like in a weird religious kind of way. I always think that's always kind of interesting in like fantasy worlds, how it's like, you know, we have like, oh, the Raven Queen, the lion is like representation of pride and all that other kind of stuff. And yet we don't see that in like alien worlds, you know, like every animal having some kind of a, you know, like mythical or some like, you know, like some mythos behind it or whatever. Like I can imagine the creature that you're drawing, Mr. Fish, I can see this creature being, you know, some kind of like a folk tale or a legend or something like that, or something along the lines of that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Lee is digging a deep grave, buddy. I've been digging that grave, and let's just say I'm way below 6 feet under, and I'm hitting water because I live in Florida.
In Florida, you dig deep enough, you'll get a hurricane.
Which, weirdly enough, we don't get hit with as much as people think we do. Because
we haven't gotten hit this year much.
I mean, let's hope that we don't. Let's just hope we don't get hit as hard in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did the whiskers make it worse? Yes, it did, and I love it. Okay.
The so cute.
The head shape is literally what's only screwing me over because I haven't even got to the body yet. Maybe some galactic criminals use these alien creatures in illegal beast brawls. That is actually a crazy awesome concept. Uncle Lee's character can be called Spork.
Spoon!
I remember watching the Amazon show for that. That was actually pretty good. Maybe just kind of winding it out a little bit. Probably playing that a little. Maybe we can do that. Spoon! How about a monster breakout episode with fan-made monsters? Oh! Like if we ever made Jupiter Jack into a full-blown comic book series or whatnot, or we turned this entire sci-fi saga into that, and there's just an entire outburst of all these monsters, and we have to see the Galactic or the Cosmic Coalition try to hound down these kind of creatures and whatnot. That could be a really awesome story concept there. Maybe it's someone who can transform into a number of different animal combinations. Not a bad idea. Maybe an earthling of some kind is trying to use the earth-based animals, given how they might be superior in comparison to other alien creatures from around the world or from the cosmos itself.
You know what's always bugged me about sci-fi tropes?
What is that?
Especially in like Star Wars does it a little bit, but Star Trek is like really bad about like, you know, an Andorian rat or a Klingon pigeon or whatever. Why on earth would these other races around the universe be naming their animals after off of an animal from some obscure planet that they maybe have heard of, Earth? Like, why would the people of Andor call their pest an Andorian rat? I mean, like, you would call it a Chakra or whatever. Like, you would call it something in Andorian, but they don't want to bother thinking up names for all these things. So they shorthand it to, like, you know, a Neptunian fox or whatever. And it just bugs me. It's a lack of creativity. And, you know, do the hard work or leave the animal out. One or the other. Be a man.
I think it just might also come down to like depending on how available this kind of content is to other people. Like say for some nerd spaces, yeah, of course we can probably go all crazy and use some gibberish language to create an animal species of some kind. But then also look at it from say a normie's perspective, one who isn't really into something of that kind of caliber. And then it's like, wait, what kind of animal is that again? It's like a flooshfleur. It's like, what the heck is a flooshfleur? Can you answer that now? Thank you. You know,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, but I think that's kind of an apologetic take on it. Like that's trying to make excuses after the fact for it more than the reason why they do it. Like I don't think the writers sitting around in the writers' room were thinking that way. Maybe I'm wrong, and if I am, I would love to hear that story. I think that would be very interesting. Honestly, not being facetious, I think it would be very interesting to hear why they did that. But I think probably it was just a lot easier to write that, and that part bothers me. The taking the easy way out part bothers me, though. I don't deny it does make it easier.
Okay.
It makes it easier and quicker to digest, and you don't have to then explain what that animal is, and you have a shorthand, which is easy, but is easy the way we want to go every time. Not I, said the dummy. But then I make things difficult on myself. Whoops.
And then if they don't know how to do it, you please let me know if they are speaking or not, and then I can do it for them.
Okay, I have a bit of an idea here. Not what I was expecting, but I'm kind of enjoying it.
You forgot to let your godparents.
Who are my godparents again? There's listen, we're Hispanic. We have way too many members of our family that I am not even.
But you don't know your godparents?
Yes, weirdly enough. Oh wait, I think I know who they are now. Yes. I'm kind of surprised.
You sent your cousins the invite, but not them.
It was like a more of a de facto thing. I thought they were going to become regardless. Wedding planning, people, gotta love it. They can always name it some funky alien language and then offer a translation in English. Well, the closest thing it is a funkimal rat.
Yeah, see, now that, like, saying it's a lesser scourge, but for all intents and purposes, it's it's an Andorian rat. Okay, yeah, great. That works for me. That makes it work. What was number 17? He asks. Let's see. I can't read because it's all backwards. 17 would be a termite. That number again is termite.
Yeah,
Eater of wood, destroyer of decks. Giant scary monster and ants.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not 100% sold on that mouth yet. I don't know that I like that better than the gorilla mouth. It's different than the gorilla mouth. Brings a little bit more. I want to say I was trying to bring in a little bit more of the raccoon with a longer nose, but really it just ends up looking more bat.
All right.
Pointify that nose a little more. Look at the raccoon again. Going back and forth between all these references is tough.
Yeah, that's why I kind of have it all in the little corner there. Imagine a infestation of space cockatrices or cockroaches. Well, I don't know why I say cockatrices. Cockroaches, the size of ships. They devour planets, pick them clean. All right. Oh, if anything, I'm gonna. Okay.
Got a raven, an armadillo, and a termite, and a sea urchin, says Dragon Gaming.
Those are some very interesting combinations.
It can roll up in a ball and have spikes all over the outside. Ooh, that would be cool.
All right, and then here's my little idea for whatever the heck it is. It's like in a weird way, it's almost like an umbrella kind of an effect that I got going on for my little or whatever this monster is. Because the way that I'm kind of going at it is like the arms are also like kind of attached to each other bat style, but then also similar to the vampire squid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's an interesting take on it. I didn't even consider doing that.
Okay, so I feel the. Oh, that's I can't tell if that's a good or a bad sign in this situation.
Oh, okay. I gotta undo everything I just did. But yeah, I just saw the vision. I caught a glimpse of the vision. I didn't see the whole thing, but I caught a glimpse as it was passing by. And I'm gonna try and recreate a bit of what I just saw. Let's see. Edit. Rotate to canvas. We gonna flip that sucker 90 degrees. Skadoosh. All right. But it takes completely redrawing everything. Because I don't make work hard enough on myself. That's what they say. That's what they all tell me. You need to make things harder on yourself, Fishy.
I guess if I had to relate this to an anime character of some kind, it would have to be the that one character from My Hero Academia who has like 6 arms, but they're all like webbed together. I feel like that's how it is in this situation. Uncle Lee and Fish, I should get both of you to do that cover for my Catman Beyond 2024 book. Or wait, 2040 book. Like, are you taking the character of the public domain character of Catman and then putting him in the year 2024 or 2040? But I can't even English. Don't even bother me right now.
The man can't even English. And y'all out here trying to force it.
Okay.
Okay. Duplicate. S'il vous plaît. Delete-vous. This is the part of the show where we get too focused and nobody's talking.
I know, because I'm really trying my best over here. Because I like what you're kind of doing there. Are you like, is your little gorilla, whatever the heck we're gonna call this thing? Is this thing like spreading its wings?
Oh yeah, I have realized what I was doing wrong. I've seen the light, as they say, and I am.
Yeah, and for me, I probably got to do the same because as much as I love drawing monsters, and I always try to get the general profile of a creature, but not realizing that I gotta, actually put them in an action pose. I know I got so used to drawing characters so symmetrically that I actually had to, I got to learn how to draw them in action.
I'm going back to my gorilla head because I don't know why, but I'm going back to my gorilla head because I like drawing gorillas, dang it.
I mean, we got Space Ape over there.
I didn't even know I liked drawing gorillas until I had to draw one in the background of something, and I was like, oh, wait, Ooh, that scratches an itch in my brain I didn't know I had.
There we go. Oh boy. Maybe try doing a Roll for Hero episode by rolling a public domain character to place into the sci-fi world. I mean, we kind of did that one time where we basically rolled up the American Eagle and put him in a cyberpunk universe.
Mm-hmm.
And, Mr. Fish's rendition ended up becoming, I feel like personally, Mr. Fish's rendition of the character became more, akin to that world in a way, because mine just felt like straight out of a tokusatsu show. And I've been keeping up with Rob Shepard and his Catman stuff. Okay. Definitely got to keep up with that. We'll just talk to each other if need be. One thing I love about gorillas is their legs are equally as hands to an extent, depending on how much you want to make them look like that. There we go.
I had to draw a cyborg gorilla
Stinking device across the freaking universe right now.
In the background of a lot of books, because he's one of the villains that was in the series before I started working on it. So lots of flashbacks have him in it. So I got to draw this cyborg gorilla every once in a while, and then I got to draw like an alternate reality version of him from another dimension in one book, which was fun. But then I got tapped to illustrate a whole story that had Six Gun Gorilla in it, the public domain character, and that really pushed me and challenged me on my love of gorillas, because like drawing a cool cyborg gorilla was one thing, but then having to draw this gorilla in like the version we were doing had overalls and guns, and like he has to like walk around and interact with things, and he was the main character of the story. It was from his point of view, wasn't really the main character, but it was from his point of view, and it was a big challenge to like get those hands right from all these different directions and things. But by the end of it, it was a real challenge, and I came to like hate gorillas for a minute there in the middle, and then I kind of fell in love all over again with them, and really enjoyed the challenge that it gave me.
The only challenge I ever got from a gorilla was when I did it for my public domain Suicide Squad video, where I took the Six Gun Gorilla as like because again, the Suicide Squad can be anyone kind of a thing. So I just took a bunch of like some characters from some aspects of some public domain stories here and there. Like I found one of them was super funny because a commenter suggested it, and it was like Brick Bat, which is a dude who dresses like Batman almost, with a cowl primarily, just wears a suit and tie, and then just throws bricks at people. And I was like, I have to do that off merit because that's funny. But then also I did the Six Gun Gorilla, but I made him look like a typical cowboy with like the whole like the poncho style looking thing, a hat. I gave him like a little laser eye detector type thing and some guns and whatnot. Remember in that same video too, I took the Black Death, I think it was, and then turned that into a like basically either a blood sport or a what's it called, dead shot or something like that. That's always interesting.
Large armadillo-like body for dragon gaming with a raven head and wings, with termite pinchers, has spikes like that of a sea urchin. When it dies, it explodes like a termite with acid spikes everywhere. Now that's somebody's putting a lot of thought into the process. I didn't know termites did that.
There we go. Now we got something here.
But then what I don't know about termites could fill a termite-sized wheelbarrow.
And, of course, we need to give it a raccoon tail to signify that, okay, you know what, but like an alien-esque raccoon tail.
No.
Now I'm able to implement as much of this design philosophy here. Well, this is a pretty horrible shot that I decided to go with. And that's probably not okay. There we go. I'm trying to find a way to incorporate that raccoon tail because that's like the most iconic aspect of a raccoon.
Yeah. I had decided to scrap it before, but I can't decide if I want to add it back in now that I guess I can. That's not where it goes to. It goes to there.
There we go. And we'll just kind of play up on that a little bit. All right, I think I kind of got something down here. First time I drew a monster in proper action because the slime monster that we ended up doing for that one episode was mid at best, in my opinion. It wasn't my best work, but it was work nonetheless. All right, there we go. We got it. What do you think, love?
Oh, wow.
So it's like the arms. So it's like the tentacle arms from the squid, but they all link together like the squid, and the bat has bat-like ears, but I'm trying to also give the little vampire squid flappy thingies over here. And then, of course, it has the raccoon tail when the majority of it being on a gorilla body.
That's a lot.
Well, we did this to ourselves.
There's a lot to it. It is a crazy, crazy design. I do think these alien monsters could be cousin species, says Benjamin.
I mean,
what's up, Bethany, says J-Man. Welcome, J-Man. Glad you can make it.
Okay, now I think this is a good time to kind of start diving in and actually doing proper line art for it.
Yeah, I'm usually further along by now, but I don't usually have to stop and redraw everything. That's because J-Man wasn't here supporting me earlier. Let me down, J-Man. Sad day for everybody. I'm afraid I almost want to give him like a big bulbous head like the octopus and put the little bat ears on it like flippers like the vampire squid, but I think that would be too silly. But
I mean, also, that's kind of what I did a little bit.
Oh, well, okay, then I don't want to copy that.
Yeah, because I tried giving it the head shape of the gorilla, but then I tried merging it with the vampire squid design.
J-Man said he had to work. Poor J-Man. Can't be independently wealthy like the rest of us. Or just gotta work like
if I'm wealthy, that really says a lot about the economy. All right, there we go. Got some of them killer razor teeth. Really? Ah, yes, the goldfish. The snack that smiles back. Wait, we're not sponsored by them. Crap.
We only enjoy snacks we're paid to enjoy over here. No snacks for you.
Oh, man.
Calling it Roxba. Likes to eat wood, and if desperate for food or to intimidate other creatures, it can nearly copy any sound it hears so that it says back the creature to spook them. That's a cool idea. J-Man says, alone, we had a little snow issues, and my lead couldn't make it. He had to turn around and go back home due to being stuck in traffic for over an hour. That's the cons of living up north, J-Man.
I would say, hey, I don't got to struggle with that in Florida. The only problem I got to deal with down here are foreigners who don't know American traffic laws and tourists.
Tourists can be a handful.
How dare you be so accommodating? How dare you love me like this?
Because I can't.
Well, I can't beat that logic. They say in a marriage, the woman's always right. And she's definitely right on this one.
This one? Only this one?
As of today.
And there he goes again. Captain puts his foot in it.
Oh, trust me, the amount of times I dug my own grave on numerous other occasions.
Who was it that had 5 minutes before he got himself in trouble? J-Man, was that you? You win the no prize.
He just loves digging his own grave.
Does it for the cardio, he says.
Well, I mean, look, I'm not the digger, kind of like TS's book that you can pre-order now in comic shops all around. Look at that. TS gets free marketing out of me.
I had to call him up yesterday. I was leaving the doctor's office, and we were on the side of town where the comic book store is that I have the digger pre-ordered for all 4 issues, mind you, from Invader Comics. And I called him up because I know it was supposed to hit stores in January, but there was a bit of delay with the printing. So apparently now it's going to hit stores in February. So, but I didn't know that yet. So I was calling him to check and see while I was on that side of town, did I need to go pick it up? And I knew if I texted him, I might not hear back for a day or two. So I called him. He's like, what's up? Everything okay? I was like, yeah, when's the digger come out again? Might have scared him a little bit, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like whenever my family calls me. Because they will never call me for anything unless it is for something art related. Kind of like the other day, my dad ends up calling me. He's like, hey, I would bug your sister about this, but we got a little design that we need for a little homeschool thing. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
What always bugged me was that people never know the difference between the things I'm skilled in and the things that I'm not skilled in. Because to them, it's all artwork. If it's creative and they're not, it's all art. So whether it was, hey, I need my hair cut, you can do that, right? You're an artist. Or I need a fancy cake decorated for, my wedding. Or I need a sign painted on the side of my van. Or I need my bushes carved into a topiary so it looks like a dolphin dashing through the water. Or, I need my front window etched with acids to, make it look like a woodland deer scene. And they would call me up and be like, hey, you're an artist. You can do this, right? No, I draw superheroes. I draw men in their underwear beating each other up. Thank you very much.
I
And
draw
for the
men in the
longest
runner
time, I
thank you
couldn't
very
do
much.
anything
It
else.
is a skilled position that I am in. The fiance is an imposter. I mean, she has yet to disclose that information with me. We'll figure out on March 27th. Oh man.
Can you believe it though? 2 months. 2 more months. 70,
70-11.
72 days.
Oh my lord.
J-Man says you also have to worry about hurricanes down there. Well, if you'd been here on time, J-Man, you would have known. Not as much as people think. Though, I mean, they still happen. But it's kind of like, like Arkansas has a reputation for tornadoes. And I say this as somebody whose hometown was hit by tornadoes twice in like 3 years. We have them, but like it's not something that like you individually have to worry about all the time. Like it's a pretty big state. They come through, usually don't harm very many people, and so many of them hit outside of town or something, and the people that tend to get hit tend to know to have storm shelters and stuff. So it's not as bad as people think if you're not from here. But if you're not from here, I'm sure it seems pretty scary.
Yeah,
Just like I don't know how Kyron lives in a part of the country that's literally, trying to earthquake you or burn you out all the time. Like I don't think there's ever been a state more clearly that said, I don't want people living here, and yet people still live there. So I don't know how he does it. But
then again, I live in Florida. We have AIDS monkeys and alligators in our ponds. And all while we live in a world in which a magical rat takes over the center part of our state. So, I mean, I think we're doing just fine. I think. Honestly, I really can't tell.
It's all we know down here in Florida.
That's all I know over here. AIDS monkeys, alligators, swamplands, and magical rat man who took over Central Florida.
Oh, I thought that was the AIDS monkey. Okay, no. Okay, I get you now. There's two different things. Hey, Pluto! Is that a dirty needle?
That was like the closest thing that actually very closely sounded like Mickey Mouse. And we can say Mickey Mouse, specifically Steamboat Willie, because he is in the public domain. I actually do plan on making a video utilizing Steamboat Willie at some point.
I believe aren't Minnie and Pluto public domain now?
I know Minnie is in that first one. I don't know if Pluto is, but
I believe
I was
Pluto
really
is.
surprised Minnie made it into the first one. But yeah, she was in the first one.
Yeah, she was in the Steamboat Willie cartoon.
And Clarabelle.
And Clarabelle Cow. And that one horse. What was his name?
Horseman.
It's the one horse character in Disney.
Yeah, but me and fiance are probably the only people in the world that care about Clarabelle Cow.
Yeah.
I never really questioned that. What is your obsession with Clarabelle Cow? Out of like all the Disney
I
characters.
don't know. I mainly love her in the Three Musketeers.
That makes sense.
But then I also grew up, watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and she was in that.
They actually did make her an integral character in that show. So,
Yeah, they did. They put some respect on her name in that. And like I had come from the days when she was just like one of the obscure characters from back in the black and white days. But I liked her mostly because like she was kind of obscure, and she got some cool stuff back in the day, and then they just kind of let her slide. And I always kind of am drawn to those characters that don't get enough attention. Like my favorite character on Sesame Street forever, my favorite monster, let me clarify, on Sesame Street was Harry. But since Elmo came out and got big, Harry got completely forgotten about. And he don't show up on nothing no more. But he was almost like an Eeyore type character. Like he was always had a sad, dour kind of tone and a deep voice.
No, that's Snuffleupagus or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean he had very Snuffleupagus vibes, but
Mr. Snuffleupagus was actually the imaginary friend to Big Bird.
Oh, okay. For some reason I thought you were saying the purple elephant from Winnie the Pooh.
No, this guy was blue like Grover and Cookie Monster.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just, just a third tier monster along with them. But, he would come out and, usually talk about feelings and stuff with the kids, and it was okay to be sad and whatnot.
Yeah.
But he disappeared when Elmo took off. And Elmo had been there for so long, but he was just a nothing character until that puppeteer gave him a new voice and took him in a new direction. And all of a sudden, he's the star. My boy
Also,
Harry got forgotten about.
You know what I think is also very hysterical is the fact that if people if you're gonna treat like Sesame Street if it was if you were to treat it like if it was an anime, there are more episodes. Because I think One Piece, the anime itself, has 1,000+ episodes. Sesame Street has about 3,000 episodes at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in shock.
But it's also daily. I mean, you're not going to get that with One Piece.
It's pretty old school, I'll give you that much.
That was the one thing about puppets, man. They're a lot easier to get out quicker than animation is. Even when you cut a Hanna-Barbera amount of corners, it still takes time. But you could put a sock on your hand and whip some out pretty quick. That didn't come out sounding very good. I apologize.
Thankfully, we knew.
Sorry.
No, you're not, honey. You're not sorry.
There goes the monetization. Let's see. William 5356 says superheroes, animes, fighters, robots, monsters, militaries, heroic fantasy, heroes, and mangas.
Basically, everything that Mr. Fish and I love, and I'm assuming all of you do too.
Dragon Gaming says Vorksbot can dig small holes, new roots, which are its favorite treat. If in a fight, its main attacks are its claws, or it can fly up, curl up into a ball, and fall on top of its enemy with its spikes. See, that seems like a power move to me. Dadpool says a Sesame Street anime could go hard. That would be cool. I wonder what the rules on that would be. I guess if you made it parody enough, you could get by, but who owns? Oh, wait a minute. Disney owns the Muppets now, don't they? I mean, they don't own Sesame Street.
They've been owning the Muppets. So Disney always will own the Muppets, but that's Muppets in particular. Jim Henson's company.
Yeah, that's the Muppet Show.
Yeah, I would say because for instance, Jim Henson's company, they actually created the animatronic suits and whatnot for the Five Nights at Freddy's film. So you can technically say that Freddy Fazbear is a Disney princess by that logic. But it's basically all puppeteering. The Jim Henson company borderlines is almost a monopoly in terms of the public, in terms of puppeteering, I would say, because there are other puppet companies.
I mean, he really innovated puppeteering, and he didn't just stop with the Muppets. He kept innovating the way it was done, and elevated animatronics way further than anybody else had ever done before. And I mean, he was a smart, creative dude, and surrounded himself with smart, creative people, which was probably the smartest thing he ever did.
In a way, he had disciples like Jesus.
Indeed.
I'm
here to tell you, when he died, I was crushed. I cried off and on for weeks, like my grandpa died or something. I mean, I always dreamed of growing up to work with him someday, and that just killed me when he died.
Yeah, it was kind of like borderline something similar with when Stan Lee passed away. I remember I did like an art piece of Spider-Man at his grave, and like his tombstone had like the engravings of the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man's logo, all that other kind of stuff. And I remembered while I was doing like the inks for that image, I started like tearing up, like, oh my god, why am I crying? Like I barely know, like, yeah, but it's like it's an emotional thing, you know?
Yeah. Especially when it's somebody that like you looked up to and just knew that you would probably meet one day. Whether, I mean, especially like Stan Lee, like you knew you'd see him at a con somewhere and someday and get to get his signature or something, or tell him how much his stories meant to you and whatnot. Now I'm not saying that he's a hero or he's the guy that did it all at Marvel. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be what it is without the work of everybody involved at Marvel over the years that made all of these things what they are. Like Stan Lee's X-Men were not that great, but
But had he not
what
made
it
the
became when other people took it over and Chris Claremont and stuff made it what it is, like it's the creation of all those people working together that really make those stories great. So it's not all him, but man, he started so much of it and changed the way they were doing things, and I appreciate him for that. Deadpool says he finally got to roll up his character. That's awesome. I'm willing to let you guys use the Vorksba says Dragon Gaming as a random monster in the Coliseum idea or the monster breakout idea. But only those two, he says. Anything else is off limits.
I mean, listen, I'm always for that idea, but that's even if we can. That's like, listen, Mr. Fish got a lot of stuff going on, like creating Alice Lost in Wonderland, trying to get to the trade paperback, which you can try. Well, not the trade paperback, but you are going to be able to get all the books that you can over at GoMrFish.com.
Indeed. And I believe the way it stands right now, the next thing I put out is probably going to be the trade for Green Zone, because I was talking with TS about it the other day, and he's working on the script for Alice 4, and we were talking about it like, I basically have everything already ready for the Green Zone trade, and I can go ahead and do that one. So I'm probably going to do that next month, I think.
Am I going to cheat and just copy one of these hands so I don't have to draw another one? Absolutely.
Cheater!
Oh, and like all your presets aren't cheats to making comic books more efficiently.
Like I don't make my own custom brushes and stuff to make things go faster or make custom assets. I just made a really awesome bookcase asset that I'm thinking about doing like a long form video on. I can't decide if I want to do just like sit down and make a long form YouTube video about it, or if I want to go live and do it on just like a School of Fish art stream.
I mean, technically speaking, you could always revert back to our very first times when we were doing streams together, because we were trying to make it educational at first, and then we popped off with Roll for Hero here.
I've been overthinking it. I haven't decided how I want to do it yet, but I want to do a demonstration video on how I made it, because it came out really well. And one of the nice things about my computer crashing and me having to rebuild all the thousands of assets that I had saved up is now that I'm going back and rebuilding some of these things for the third or fourth time, I have learned a lot of how to make it more effective, and I've learned things like on this one, I made a rough draft of it and played with it for a while before I finalized it and saved it as the asset, because the more I played with it, the more I was like, oh, wait a minute, I need to change this and I need to change this, and this would work better if I did it that way. And oh, here's a problem. And it's so much easier to just take the time and do it right the first time than to have to go back a million times and change it every time I use that asset because I built something wrong. Learn from me, do it right the first time, or take some time. If you see a mistake, stop and rebuild it so that every time from here on out, you don't have to deal with that same mistake.
And those are lessons from your Uncle Fishy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm loving the way this is coming out. There we go. Hold on a second. Just kind of add at least some little textural lines here because I can do that. Look at that. That is a clean, like.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. I like that, man.
All right.
That's definitely got like Space Dragon vibes like they were talking about before. Like that reminds me of like oh god, Clash of the Titans in space vibes is like what that's giving me. It's beautiful, man.
See, were we thinking about drawing this today? Absolutely not. But is it somehow the greatest thing that we've ever managed to create within the show? Potentially. That's why I love this show. I said it once and I'll say it a billion times over and over and over again.
Yeah, it makes it a lot of fun. You never know what we're going to do or how weird it's going to get. But, man, we come up with some cool stuff.
All right,
and
now
it's
the fun part.
Getting pushed out of your comfort zone, man. I'm telling you.
It's all about that comfort zone. Y'all just got to learn how to break out of it. Well, let's let you guys do it. All right. Stan Lee and many artists are inspirations to us all. It's so sad to see them go. May they rest in peace. Yeah, I agree with that, man. I definitely agree with that statement. But then again, they were able to inspire all of us, and yet here we are, others out here trying to inspire more.
Mm-hmm.
As my mission motto statement is always, art inspires all, but you can inspire more. Whoop, don't want to put that on that layer. Man, you can really say that Disney's been such an influence because had I not heard about To Infinity and Beyond, then I probably wouldn't have came up with art inspires all, but you can inspire more. Who would have thought?
It's so funny sometimes how what can inspire somebody to an idea and, you know, what it can mean to somebody down the road and yada, yada, yada.
But enough of that fun, mushy stuff. We got an alien gorilla monster to draw here. Because I can totally read that name, says, could you please show the drawing that I sent you guys? Oh, the question is, where'd you send it?
Yeah, that's the question. It's where did you send it to? So we know where to look. I haven't gotten any notifications, but like I don't necessarily get them on every place when I should. I got such a simple role, a robot dog bounty hunter that is semi-evolved and bipedal. He's 10 to 20 foot size, is destitute, and has a cool vehicle.
Man,
ain't got money, but I got a cool ride. Dude, that sounds like the beginning of a song. I ain't got money, but I got a cool ride.
Hoorah. Okay, wait. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute here.
Oh, to our community. All right, let me go look. Boopity boop ba 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 ba. YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. This was definitely a challenge for sure. Because this was
Whoops.
Boy, golly, this was a strange one.
All right, let's go. Channel. Community. There's one from Deadpool I hadn't seen yet.
You know, maybe I should probably also create a more definitive line here for the face to be shown. Oh, that's a big brush. I'm actually very impressed with the fact that I managed to pull this off. This actually looks like an actual angry beast without it. Like, I guess the only like human looking emotion there would just be the eyebrows. But again, I'm loving like the primal looking eyes and whatnot. It just looks angry. Just like, I'm not dealing with this today.
Okay.
I bought all of this stuff and
pause that.
What do you got? We're both looking at my phone at the same time. Alrighty. Let me see. Trying to get this black mask appeal over here. Trying to get that that raccoon vibe going on. So I definitely think it's more like, yeah, gotta get that raccoon vibe through colors. If we can't get it through the actual shape of the animal, we gotta get it through the color of the animal. Or probably in the patterns.
Oh, okay. There it is. It didn't show up at first for some reason, but it does now. So, all right, let me pull this over Chunda. There we go.
Oh, wow.
There we go. Oh, that's cool looking.
Oh, I need to see that in a bigger screen, just because I believe this deserves more screen time than me drawing a weird alien gorilla monster thingy. That can wait. No, hold on a second. I wasn't talking about me.
I gotta move it. All right.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's cool.
that's awesome.
Are those fire wings behind him, or is that just more fire coming off of his arms? Because it almost looks like fire, like moth wings, which is a really cool idea.
That is actually sick. That is pretty
That.
tight, dude. But genuinely, this is actually a really awesome image. Good job on that, man. Or whoever you are. I can't assume these days I get canceled.
Let's see. Here's one from Dadpool.
Legendary Dadpool.
Latest character for his comic Poltergeist, Far Beyond Normal. Her name is Sunflower. She was experimented on at Orion Labs, unlocking latent mutation in her DNA, turning her physiology into something akin to a plant. She has green skin and can sprout roots. Read more. And vines from her body. It's funny having that pause. Can sprout roots and vines from her body. She has a wild mane of yellow petals in place of her hair. She absorbs radiation, either nullifying it or repurposing it to produce fire attacks. Ooh, I dig that idea.
Swamp fire style, baby.
That's neat. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, man. I was thinking you could have like seeds in the back and the hair kind of like pulled back. Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, that's like that could also borderline on like, though she looks very cutesy in that image there. I love that. But also, I feel like you can almost take it to another body horror imagery of it. Like, because again, seeing a bunch of sunflower seeds on a head does have a weird, creepy, uncanny valley to it.
Mm-hmm. And this is his character Poltergeist.
EverQuest says, "Thank you guys so much."
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you hollering out at us and letting us know that you had posted something. Like I said, I hadn't seen it. And like, even looking down my comments right now, it doesn't show up yet. I had to come up and I had to look at newest instead of top, and then they showed up. This one is epic right here. I really like this one.
See, hold on a second. Okay.
That is cool.
That is awesome.
I mean, that looks like. Let's see. Does he say what it is in here? Okay. No. What it looks like to me is like an octopus full of like bubbling toxic goo. Like that could just be a pattern on the skin, but the first thing it reads to me as when I look at it is like he's full of bubbling toxins and stuff inside this like tentacles that move around and stuff. And it's a beautiful design, man. It is absolutely gorgeous.
If anything, we should do like a fan made. We should definitely do like an episode where we just take one character. Like we'll compile it all we can, and then we'll have to just unfortunately roll and see which one we're gonna have to redesign or like ramp up in our style. Wait, I got an idea.
It is Fire Wings, which is cool. And Dragon Gaming says, "Wait, I got an idea! I can use the Vorksbot in my next Super Gero tabletop session in a few weeks." Oh, that'll be cool.
There you go. See, there we go. We got more anime. Actually, funnily enough, since you kind of mentioned that there, Dragon Gaming, reminds me of the fact that we actually finally started a D&D campaign of our own.
After how many years?
After literally like 2 years.
It had to be more than that.
Probably 3. Oh my God, it's been so long since we actually played.
Oh man, you're telling me that game that we played is the last game I've played, and that was the first one. It's an alien that looks like an octopus, he says. Okay, I can dig it. That game was the first one I've played in 2 years, 3 years maybe. It's been a fat minute.
Wait, where I played Rocket Fist?
The one that we played, that you joined in on, that we did on
the 5-star
Four Tales podcast
yeah.
with Kyron and the guys.
Oh, yeah, I played as Rocket Fist on that session.
Yeah,
my Lord,
that's been a minute. That is literally the last time I've played at all, and I used to play like almost every weekend, but life moves on and comic books have to get made.
Oh man, I tell you, that's man. It's been a minute since we ever played a game like that, especially in our situation too. Just because our friends all got to go to school. Ugh, education. How dare it? Prevents me from being with my friends and playing strategic make believe. How dare the education system do that? Yeah, played
I'll be laughing when I have a +10 sword and they've got a 401k.
That's a good one.
We'll see who wins in the end.
And okay, that's actually kind of cool though. Like color-wise, like going for the more neutral colors definitely was a odd choice here, but I really like. Oh, see that I should have done. See, because he's using the actual like. See, I didn't. See, I'm not thinking. I'm not thinking enough, honey. How dare I?
I should have stopped and made a brush for myself to do this, because as many of these bulbs as I've had to draw so far, and I'm not even done, I should have stopped and made a brush. If I was going to be using this character in a book very often, I would have stopped and made a brush for that, because that's going to take too long to draw a million times. And I don't even have all the little spikes in it yet. But I do have a brush that's going to make that easier.
There we go.
At least I should.
That's better. That screams raccoon. Kind of, I guess.
Whoops.
I don't know. I just do the doodly doos and the drawings all day long.
Dragon Gaming says, "What kind of character are you playing in D&D?"
Well, I am actually the dungeon master of our campaign, which, by the way, this is actually the first time in our campaign where we're also doing like a level 15 group. So
We're starting out with level 15.
starting off as level 15. So we are starting off with like basically gods and monsters. DC fans out there will know.
Indeed.
But yeah, so we have like, what was it? We have a level, so they're all level 15. We have a dwarf bard, a bugbear barbarian / druid, and then we have a changeling cleric, and then we have, actually, because my lovely fiance has created such a fantastic model, a half orc hexblade warlock, totally not at all inspired by Ford from Critical Role or the Mighty Nine. This is her awesome character model that we were able to 3D print and whatnot. So, or that she was able to 3D print. Let's be honest, she was the one who put more time and effort into this, and I am not to take any credit for that in any way, shape, or form.
Fiance had the focus to sit down and read the instructions. I can't believe that for a second.
I am totally a kinesthetic learner.
Yeah, I've been watching videos for years about 3D printing, and I would have to start all over from scratch if I were to actually get one. But funny enough, now that Esteban got one, all I get all day long are advertisements for, don't you need a 3D printer? Talk about peer pressure, Facebook. Come on.
But I mean, we're also seeing the opportunities here, people.
Oh, man. The more I'm seeing, like, oh, you could get a 4-color 3D printer for like $400. I'm like, oh man, I could do.
The temptation is at an all-time high.
Figures and,
I'm actually and I'm definitely a tech person because of my dad. He's an IT guy, and I get it from him. I love learning about tech and stuff.
Get a nerdy girl who's into tech because she can do all the nerd things you don't want to do.
Man, if this had even been a possibility when I got out of college, I would have been all over. I mean, it was a fantasy. People were talking about, what it might do one day, but it wasn't like, we didn't think it was really going to happen.
Okay. That's honestly, I'm really happy with this right now. It may look a little scrappy, but that's okay. But honestly, that is like a really intimidating. Yeah, look at that. That is an intimidating monster if I've had any. This is your fault, and you gave me the ability to not speak English anymore.
You're welcome.
The audacity, I tell you. Sorry for not chatting with you too while this live stream has been going on, but I've been amazed with the designs of these two drawings. Well, Philip, it's okay. You haven't been chatting. Sometimes you just gotta be in awe and just take a great old gander at what two weird uncles are drawing on the internet.
Great old gander. That's the name of my autobiography.
All right, I'm actually going to try something here. I really like the way this came out. Imagine if I didn't. Oh, that would have been so bad. I don't know why the blue stood out to me, but when I saw the blue coloring on this, I'm like, this was perfect. Because like the cool colors mixing with the browns and stuff like that. Gotta love it. Now that, since we have a 3D printer and we're yipping and yapping and talking about that, if I got a 3D printer, I would just be printing out characters from Hero Forge. And literally
That's literally what we've been doing.
That is literally what we've been doing. Like, for instance, this guy right over here, he's like, I wouldn't even know what class to put him under because he's like a dark, like shadow mage, like a shadow battle mage, if I had to put it that way, where, he has like a skeleton arm, but it's all armored up and everything. And essentially, if this character uses too much of his power, it actually looks like his flesh is deteriorating little by little. And it does regrow, but it kind of stops at his shoulder. So I just thought that was really interesting. And of course, I gave him like Zorro style. He has way too many swords for his own good. You know, he got swords on his side, swords on his eyes. He has his big sword. He has his smaller sword in the back. He has way too many swords. Are you singing the song? Do you like my sword, 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 my diamond sword, sword? You cannot ignore it, not from my diamond sword, because I'm totally that guy. And then we do Gaussian blur over here. Aha, there we go. Look at that. Oh, that is actually coming out really great. And speaking of 3D printers, and again, we've tossed this idea out here, but it's like we need more confirmation, you know? But like, what if we were able to create all the characters that we've managed to create thus far on Roll for Hero? Whether they're Hero Forge models that we can modify later on. And in order for you to apprehend these models, you would have to go to Mr. Fish's Patreon in order for that to happen. I mean, would you guys want to ever partake in that? Get yourself a character that you get to really just say like, man, I was there when this was made. Quite literally. Would you guys ever want to be a part of that? Let us know. Because again, that could actually lead to so many more unique, you know, opportunities in order for this show to grow. So please share this to any artist that you know.
Well, and that's what I would be curious about is what would y'all actually really be interested in? Like, would y'all be interested in some 3D printed figures, or would y'all be more interested in some mini comics or something featuring these characters?
Or better yet, a combination of both, where we can give them the awesome miniature that comes with an awesome mini comic to pair with it.
Like, I've been doing that with my Kickstarters. And, you know, but it's what are you interested in? Because I'm real bad about offering things nobody asked for, getting excited about something because I think it's cool, and then, like, you know, nobody in my audience was actually asking for that thing. So I've took a page from T.S. Luther and started like putting in my surveys on the last couple of surveys I did on my Kickstarters, like, you know, what would you guys actually like to see? And was usually surprised that it was stuff that was much simpler to do than the stuff I was planning.
Going to show you that simplicity is king overall.
Like, trading cards were one of the #1 winners, that and metal bookmarks. And I thought metal bookmarks were all played out. Because, I mean, I know I got a ton of them from Kickstarters, and I was like, I really don't need another one. But that was one of the all-time winners, that and trading cards. And I didn't really think trading cards would have made it that high up.
Here we are. Hold on. So we got, what's it called? We have Dragon Gamer said, Fighter, Eldritch Knight, Necromancer, Wizard, Multiclass for the figure that maybe, but I'm probably just going to go with like a, ooh, you know what, like a cleric of a dark god. Like the cleric of death and decay and like shadow sorcery with, or if anything's dark cleric, and they'll probably do like probably levels in barbarian or fighter, because that could definitely work. Who knows? Yeah, print your characters, says Dadpool. Rodrigo says, so Mr. E, you think the stuff that have entered the public domain on, what do you think about the stuff that have been entered into the public domain on January 1st of this year? Very intriguing, especially because one of them is a very popular character, the Shadow. It's very
man, yeah.
So that character has officially made his way into the public domain. So, or at least his first story has. So I'm really, really excited for that. Although I am weirdly enough more intrigued, like, and I'm kind of hoping for the day that we get to see Doc Savage officially go into the public domain, but he doesn't go in there until like the 2030s and stuff like that. So, you know,
yeah, that's the thing. Like, I would have really liked to have done something with the Shadow, like when I was in high school. That would have been really hot. Because, I mean, that's the thing about nostalgia. Like, it goes in waves. And, like, he would have been really awesome to do something with in the 90s. Could have been huge. And they did a movie with him, you know.
With Alec Baldwin, if I'm incorrect.
Yeah. But now I don't care as much as I would have then. It would have been super exciting then to get the opportunity to do it. Man, I have no idea what color to make this thing.
I mean, I just took the colors of a raccoon and went from there. I originally wanted to do the colors of the actual vampire squid, but then I wasn't able to do that. I was like, I could, but it wasn't working in my favor. All right, hold on a second. We got, haven't really used it since, hold on a second. I'm totally looking through there. Below the metal bookmark, was 3 different some characters with my first, wait. I was in 3. You read this and you tell me. See where my confusion hits?
Was 3 different some characters with my friends and D&D. Oh, for D&D.
Yeah.
And one of my friends got an idea, which was a mage that could shoot dark magic.
Very intriguing. And look at you. You have the honor of having your comment being read by my fiance. That is a very interesting character concept. Haven't really used it since I can't put down Mr. Fish's comic once I pick them up. Says Dadpool.
It is a problem. It is a problem. I am aware. I'm not trying to fix it.
Rodrigo says, the shadow has already been public domain since he wasn't renewed. I'm not fully sure on that, but I do believe that it is more definitive now than it was beforehand. So, we kind of got, it's better to be more definitive now than never. And, you never know, Plus, I know.
Well, it also depends on, how litigious the people are that have the rights to it as well. Like Disney has flat out changed the law on the subject numerous times.
Literally, they called it here's a fun fact for those that do or don't know. The reason why the public domains extension lasts up to 95 years is because of the fact that Disney, at this point, I think it's more or less the company, did not want the character to officially be in the public domain by that point. They literally had to lobby the government to be like, hey, can we keep this character within our domain? Literally because of that, now any work made in the modern day has a 95-year warranty, if you will, until eventually it reaches that point and then it becomes public domain. My love, do you think you can probably turn the light on? Thank you.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is legit nonsensical to be that long. It used to just be 50 years after the death of the creator or whatever, or at least that's what it was at one point. But like I said, Disney has been moving the goalpost ever since Walt died. They've been putting lots of money into making sure they change the rules so they can keep him as long as they possibly can.
But at some point, it had to run out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm calling it here because I feel like if I go any further, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it worse or better. So I officially have what should we even call this thing?
I don't know. This is where R.S. Shepard of Dadpool usually comes in clutch.
All right. Also, for Dragon Game to still give a definitive class and rank for this kind of character, a Death Domain cleric with Zealot Barbarian would go hard. I agree. That actually is not a bad idea. So now I actually have a character sheet to make for this guy. But of course, we can't forget everyone's favorite NPC, Tuga Tugana, the Turtle Monk, who owns a series of taverns from across the world. As a gift to my friends, because of how often I reuse this character in all my D&D games, I made 3D prints of him and I gave them to my friends because, it's they finally get to have the NPC that actually shows them love and affection in every game.
Because Lord knows the Game Master won't.
Oh, my Lord. Y'all have stories of how much y'all wanted to murk me for the amount of cliffhangers I used to put y'all through.
we couldn't have nice things.
Exactly. That's the point of a dungeon master. I can't give you nice things all the time. Look, you had a sexy dragon man be your companion.
You didn't give us nice things at all.
So Fang wasn't a nice thing.
You ruined their wedding.
Okay, and
you ruined Sugar's and Cotton's wedding.
okay, so I was equal to everyone there.
You ruined our prom in that one campaign.
Okay, the high school
opportunity ruiner.
I mean, hey, listen. Your characters have got to experience what you experienced. Graduate of 2020.
Because that's what we go to fantasy for. Is to experience.
You don't want to experience not having prom in a fantasy world again.
I'm horrible, obviously. I think both sound good, but what could do? Wow. But you could do whatever you want. All right, here we go. You want and you will and you want. This is exactly how I sound right now. According to the information that I found, the shadow doesn't become a part of the public domain until late 2026 to early 2027. Interesting. Okay, that's actually good to know, though. But usually it's like February. Thinking February 18th. Think about your birthday. See, I remember it. Zorzilo. Ooh. Okay, hold up. That's actually pretty cool, Dragon Gaming. Calling this species a Zorzilo, or
hear me out.
Okay, you know what? Better. Okay, I got one. Okay, we got a name. I got a name at least. Going off of your name, Dragon Gaming, we'll call it a Drazilo. A Drazilo. A Drazila. As a combination of the Dracula aspect of the Dracula bat and the Dracula squid, so like the DRA is like a call to the Dracula part, but also it's the RA in raccoon, and then the Zilla is for the gorilla part. So that is as a Drazila. That is the best that I can come up with for that there. But that's just me.
For that there, and I'm the country boy.
What is it called? For the name of this one's design, I think it should be Gorilla. Okay. Because I can English. Okay.
Where is it?
Right over here.
I want to try and.
Gore.
Yeah. Hold on. Gorilla Monic? Geez, yeah, there's an N there.
Perfect. Thank you, Dragon Gaming. Maybe, if anything, I feel like Gorelick Monic should probably be more of Fish's design over here. That feels more like a Gorelick Monic kind of a vibe, and mine gives Drazila. But that's just me. That's just my opinion that nobody asked for, though. You see, okay. Again, also what I love about the show, this is why I love this show so much, is because we also get to see two different perspectives here, right? Like, I was able to implement the bat and the Dracula squid design by incorporating trying to make the wings and whatnot, and kind of like use the arms and tentacles and kind of got that all there. And then Mr. Fish, he actually uses the bat-like wings, but uses the squid-like element with it. I love the fact that we were able to come up with, again, two different concepts based off the same prompts. So I
was looking at it and I realized I didn't incorporate them well. I just stuck the parts together, and that's not good enough for me. I needed to work them together into something that seemed like it made a little bit of sense somehow. Now, why does he have a raccoon tail? Mostly because I wanted to make sure it read raccoon, and so I added a raccoon tail. But I actually kind of like your design better, where it's almost like he doesn't have a body per se. Like he's got the fan of arms coming out with the skin between it, and he's got his lower legs, but it kind of feels like a squid with the tail coming out between. I love the way that all works together.
I mean, the tail is definitely just the only that's the only part that's like really not as properly incorporated, in my opinion, is the tail for sure. But I do like the rest of this design. I'm actually fixing up all the stripes over here, gonna make them look more raccoon akin and stuff like that. Man, just imagine, oh my god, the different color variants for this too would be killer.
Oh yeah, if he could change his colors like a lot of squid can, that would be.
The only difference being that he actually does have fur, so it's like, again, it's a really uncanny, like gorilla monster squid thing, which again, I love it so much. The Drazila.
Which that might. I wish I thought of that earlier. Doing him without fur would have been, could have been cool too. That didn't even occur to me.
You know what I'm talking about?
I feel, yes. Is it part of the cutaways with the little winding up toys and whatnot? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or it's like the little mini music videos they could do.
You know what music video that I only remember the most? Jabberjaws from Boomerang.
Jabba 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 jaw.
Now you see, you remember the classic Hanna-Barbera one. I never saw that. I remember the one that they showed in Boomerang, which was "Me and my friends get no respect. What does Scooby do that we regret?" Because me and my friends get no respect. Like, I remember that to the T, because that is like the only good music video that they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that one too.
And sorry for my singing. I am not the best. That's more my brother's thing. You can get his Guitar Pro course. Not sponsored, but I mean, hey, you need the money.
With all these plugins today.
I mean, listen, the last plugin that I really need is, Rockhaven Coffee. Starting our morning off with a firm foundation. Mm-hmm. Right in the kitchen, we could just be like, get yourself Rockhaven Coffee. A company started by my father and a bunch of other guys from our church, trying to go for a 1090 profit to help those around the world. Get yourself some Rockhaven Coffee now. Starting your morning off on a firm foundation.
You heard it, people. Get it now.
Help people in third world countries. Come on, guys. Literally, that's actually their whole MO.
If you want them to turn around and help us soon, you better help them now.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
There we go. Look at that. Okay. And then of course I forgot to add the stripe markings over here as part of that design. There we go. There we go. Now that looks like proper fur design and stripes. Now that properly incorporates the raccoon element into this. That is awesome.
I don't think those are necessarily the right colors, but I wanted to steer more into the squid since you only get to see it from one side. That may not be the right choice, but
I don't know what it is with the blue, but the cyan always seems to be the best. Maybe it's like a bioluminescence, this Drazila. You know what I totally forgot? I forgot to color his tongue. He has a gray tongue? What?
Ew. That's gross.
Gray tongue. Well, wait, I forgot. Giraffes have black tongues. We can actually work off of that a little bit. And it's not a giraffe, but I mean, okay, that's kind of nasty. Look at that. Venom trying to get into your mouth.
Make it blue like the rest of them.
Yeah, fur and membrane wings. See, that's what got me thinking about it. Was the membrane between the wings, and I already had him like walking on his knuckles with the wings folded back. But I was putting the hood of the tentacles as like a torso. But I was like, if I combine those things, then I get the membrane between the bones and can put all those little spikes down the bones, the fingers, if you will. And go from there. My image is freezing on me again. Come on, Restream. You used to be cool. What happened, man?
All right. There we go. All right, I guess I really needed to just add a bit more. I thought I was done, but I'm not. The dice said you are not done until the stream is over.
Philip Waters says, "Hey there, Esteban. What is the next hero that you're going to be redesigning for your Heroes of Gold series?"
Okay, it's a very good question, honestly, because there's that. I got a few. I have a few in mind. Because for me, the way that I kind of plan out my videos, I plan out the thumbnail and then I plan out like how I'm going to execute designing the character. So I made plenty of thumbnails. So I have Miss Mask. I have the Blue Flame. I would say Captain Marvel, like Shazam, but that's super steep in terms of like what is and what isn't legal, you know? Mm-hmm. I do know for a fact that I have the Black Bat, or not Black Bat, the Golden Bat, the Japanese character. Because apparently I think he probably went into the public domain like this year, I believe. And I also love making titles. If it wasn't obvious from the one time I showed off all those cool Ultra Squad, like my knockoff Power Ranger titles, I love making titles because it gives it such a level of iconography, if you will. If anything, I'll actually show it off once I put it all together here. Do that.
Dragon Gaming is asking, so for the ships in the next episode, who's doing the hero ship and who's doing the villain ship?
Okay, see that's where that's a losing battle for me. Even though we're not like going against each other, it's a losing battle. And here's why. Mr. Fish is a professional spaceship creator. I mean, he literally made a full-blown model of Captain Hook's ship.
I create professional spaceships for a living.
You have Captain Hook's ship in there. You have floating ships in the Neverland region of Alice Lost in Wonderland, which you guys can go pick up and check out in Alice Lost in Wonderland issue number 3, where you get to see all that really awesome, fun, cool stuff. But what's it called? He took a box knife and managed to make it into a full-blown spaceship in the mighty called the Cro-Magnon, which you guys, again, can go pick up at GoMrFish.com.
I added a screwdriver to it. Now, mind you, I added a screwdriver.
My point still stands. Here's a point, and it's standing. Still there. All right. Well, anyways, outside of that, I think before we get to showing all that, what's it called? I have the Heroes of Gold tag right over here. So, of course, for those that do or don't know, I've done a series called Heroes of Gold, where I take classic characters from the public domain and golden age and just give them a fresh new coat of paint. I obviously did the Black Terror, and I also make my videos in dub. Well, not dub, but, I give them subtitles as a secondary video. And, of course, I did it with the dynamic and dashing Daredevil, which you guys can go check out. If you want to see what the character looks like, you can go check out that video whenever you have the chance. Golden Bat is another one of those characters that I do have that I do plan on actually drawing at some point. I also have, again, Miss Masquerade is another one. Blue Beetle, again, the first rendition of Blue Beetle is one that I definitely have in mind as well. Miss Fury would be a fun character to redesign because that's like panther skin that she's actually she has on for some reason. Again, part of her amazing and awesome backstory. This character called the Flame, or just Flame, would be an interesting take. The Green Spider. I wanted to do this one for a while. If I'd still done the whole like making my own public domain Marvel universe, this guy would have been like my rendition of Miles Morales in a weird way, but it is what it is there. The Liberator would be another fun one of an American-themed hero. Probably giving him some pants would be a fun idea. We have the Ghost, a.k.a. Papyrus, as a superhero for those who indulge in Undertale. What else we got over here? Then we have, of course, the Blue Flame. Again, Captain Marvel. This one is like a legal type of situation where I'm like, I don't know if he is in the public domain. And even if he is, I don't want to play that kind of logic right now. Because
DC snapped him up pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think some of his early stuff might technically be, but if you used anything like the name or anything in a publication, you would get sued.
Yeah. And then, of course, we have the Woman in Red, which this is a very interesting one because she looks like a red nun, but I feel like there's a way I can work with this concept here. I have Red Bee. I know one of y'all have been asking me to do the Red Bee. I believe he's actually making an appearance in Peacemaker or something like that, if I'm incorrect. Again, this is one of those characters that DC also snagged up. DC snagged up a lot of characters from either Charlton Comics, public domain type situations, and made it their own. So it's really hard to tell if it's DC or public domain sometimes. And that's more or less about it. But what's it called? If I had to show y'all the titles that I actually did. So I did, of course, the Black Terror title over here. This is the first character I've done. Love the title. And kind of like with Mr. Fish, I noticed that in some of your quick cover concepts that you do, you tend to use the same font, which is totally, which is great. So for me, I decided to keep using this particular font, and I'm kind of playing around with it little by little. So this is the Black Terror, right? This is the dynamic and dashing Daredevil.
I like that one.
Yeah, especially with the boomerang being like the thing that kind of ties it together. And then we have the Ghost playing with the red, the white, the blue colors and whatnot. And then this one's a really cool one. The only problem is that you can't see it all the way through. So this is the Golden Bat logo, or the title for it. So this is what it looks like. So it's an actual bat logo that I managed to find. And from there, I used the same font that I was using for the other ones and kind of just smacked it right on top. So it still has that gothic regal appeal to it. So I really love I love making titles. They're a lot of fun to make. Just because it also gives a series its potential identity. So like if I was to make it an actual comic book, you guys can actually have it as like a sticker label, or maybe as a thing on a T-shirt or something like that. Who knows? Yeah, those are all the characters that I plan on actually utilizing for the Heroes of Gold series. And then in terms of Ultra Value, well, I do have my Ultra Value Spider-Man in the works. I do have an Ultra Value Fantastic Four, because again, those are pretty fun characters to go off of. And I'm probably going to see if I can dive deeper into making other knockoff characters. So there's that. Anyways, team over here, and we have Drazilla. All right, let me see what we got over here. Mr. E, maybe try fusing animals and creating different monsters for possibly Oak Fang to face in Jupiter Jack's world. The Birds of Feather Sisters would, and so on. I mean, man, these are some amazing. That is an awesome suggestion, especially with with Oak Fang, because if I had to come up with a series title for where like he lives in, it would have been called the Primal Empire. I would love to actually work on that, because the simplest way that I could summarize that idea is ancient Aztec luchadors summoning powers from spirit animals, or summoning elemental powers from the spirit animals in which they have to wear helmets to kind of attune themselves with, is so much fun. And I like playing with the different designs of the helmets would be so interesting. All right, let me see. That's one. Well, you will be thinking about adding Miss Luck to your ideas of Heroes of Gold, of course. As I totally look up who Miss.
I know there's a way to do this, and I can't remember.
Still struggling with those colors there, Mr. Fish?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy with it. I think it could be cooler.
I mean, here, you want me to do a color? Where's that color app that I have? Where are you? There you are. Here, should I do a little color palette roll for you?
Oh, I've been playing with one. It's just
all right, we got 10 times. Ready? I'm gonna go. Let's just see what happens. Maybe it might help you out here.
Let's see.
All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I can't go back to. So like what you just saw, they're all one and done. I cannot like go back to those.
Dang, I was gonna say 5. I kind of liked, but can't get back to it.
All right, that's why
that's essentially kind of what I got right there, sort of. I mean,
okay,
similar.
We'll see. We got we got like 5 more left, right? We're at 6.
I mean, that's pretty close to what I got too. It's similar.
7-ish. Nah, 8.
I don't like those greens.
We got 9. Ooh, I think you can work off of this personally.
I don't know.
I'll take a screenshot of this one because I actually like this color palette. I want to use that for something later on. We got this one over here. Let me see. We got these cool colors.
It's not bad.
All right.
But still, that's all basically, I mean, that's all in the same family too, though. So it's.
We got this one.
That's pretty cool.
All right. I can send you this one if you need. Ah, no. I totally didn't turn off my iPad. There we go. I got that one. All right. I'm going to do.
If you leave it on screen for a second, I will.
I know. I took a screenshot, so I can send it to you through Discord.
All right.
Just because I can. Where are you, Discord? I finally found you. Sending Mr. Fish Things. And just in case, I'll send you this one too. And there you go.
All right. I'll make this my reference.
There we go. But yeah, I can see this being like a King Kong kind of a like hybrid. There you go.
Let's see.
That fits the vampire squid colors. Who knows? By the way, that app is called Coolers, spelled Coolers. I highly recommend that app in particular if you're struggling with designing a character with a color palette, or maybe designing anything with a set color palette. It actually has been a huge help on the show because that's actually what determined Jupiter Jack's color schemes, and like a few other characters that I've done along the way throughout our
It's
entire
really
show.
nice if you're stuck trying to come up with something. It is really, really handy. That is too far.
Oh, tiny. Okay, see, this is where I feel like we can repurpose these to make like as terrain. See, that could actually be cool.
And actually, these supports are honestly a lot smoother, and you get more of the detail, I think.
Well then, look at you giving your characters the perfect treatment. Respectively, though. Because I'm about to wreck them all up in our campaign as they fight a literal golem that is their kingdom.
Oh, that is too much, but
I feel like you can also try.
I hate it, but it's too much.
Here's what I will say. Personal recommendation that you did not ask for. I would try incorporating that blue color into the, like, maybe the tentacle portions of the wing, so then that way the color can be dispersed. So then it's not like a central, like, dark blue. But then again, I'm not sure how you're trying to go at it with this. But that's just
I'm trying to go as the wings and the outside and the back of it look like the squid. Like they got the bright color on the outside and the more yellowy color on the inside. Right. Is what I've been going for so far. But that may not ultimately end up working. Yeah, we just got to play around and see what we come up
Benjamin says, well, they are definitely alien creatures. Yes, they are indeed. Creatures that Jupiter, Jack, and Meteor Mandy, as well as the Cosmic Coalition, would have to probably encounter if Lord Dominus doesn't, do anything with them. Or better yet, if he has them under his control. Who knows? Maybe the Deceptiles might find a way to trade these kind of creatures in for a good coin. The possibilities of the sci-fi saga are endless.
Don't care for that towel. So let's try this and see what happens. Let's run this up your flagpole and see who salutes.
Well.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's try.
I also like it too because it does have like a difference in like, my colors are more cool. Yours can be more of like a heated or like, hotter colors. Yeah. You know what?
Okay.
I don't need my critiques at the moment. Thank you very much. Yes, warmer colors. Oh, I'm really loving the way that this is looking. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below.
Let's see. Grab that.
All right. I mean, what are some other nifty concepts or things that we can yap about? What do you think, love? Struggling with that D&D character there. What if the Dark Matter Coalition figures out how to harvest the power from alien monsters to infuse to someone to be under their control? Now you see that, Benjamin. That is a scary thing for, Lord Dominus to really get his non-seeing self with, because I know how I am so tired. Anyways, that is actually not a bad idea. I mean, as it is, he is a really powerful individual. He's the reason as to why, Jupiter, Jack, and Meteor Amanda even have their power. So who's to say? Him being the leader of the Dark Matter Coalition, like him being able to reign supreme over alien monsters, trying to take the energy from them, because some of them might have, radiant energy abilities of some kind. Some of them might have the ability to breathe fire, lasers even, or probably squirt some kind of an acid-like, thing, like just have that ability. Lord Dominus, Jupiter, Jack, and Meteor Mandy, let's see how you can handle yourself with your powers. Release the beasts. All right, hold on. Let me hold on. I believe I did not read that correctly. I did read it right. I will say that, Dragon Gaming, but let me get into character here. All right. Jupiter Jack, Meteor Mandy, let's see how you can handle yourselves with your powers. Release the beasts. I think that was pretty much on par for the course. I could be wrong.
Sounds like the tagline in a beef jerky commercial in the 90s.
Release the beast.
Release the beast. Slim Jim.
Snubby doing Slim Jim.
God, I love those commercials.
They don't make commercials like they used to.
Oops, I'm on the wrong layer. Crazy.
Not the wrong layer.
Crazy boy.
Say it, boy.
Acting like you know what you're doing. You're just a boy in a man's world.
While we're here doing all this crazy stuff, let me try. No, not that. Let's flatten that, and then we copy that, and then I could just kind of cheapishly. Probably not a good idea, but I'm still going to do it anyways. Not cheapishly. Let's see, because I'm going to try something here. We can get rid of this layer, as well as that layer.
I kind of feel like I turned somebody's flag into an alien monster. I don't know why. I know this is no country's flag, but for some reason, to me, it feels like it should be.
Let's see what happens once I add the... Oh, let's see what happens once this guy is entering into the fray. Look at that. In addition to the cover here.
Oh. That looks cool.
Kind of like adding on to the already onslaught of enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Just showing how much of a large threat this thing is.
I really like the way that one came out.
Well, I mean, listen. In order for a cover like this to happen, yours had to be made first, unfortunately. Like yours was the legend that started it. I just simply did what I had to do. Just had to make multiples of it, copy and paste it all around. You see, because we had to cheat our way through to make something look awesome. As indie creators, that's our job.
It's all about saving time, because time is money.
Literally, honestly. With Marvel, they can do whatever. Marvel, DC, they have all the time to do whatever. They can cancel a book, bring a book back to life, or not. We don't know. But with indie comics, we don't got that opportunity. We really got to hone in, lock in, try to focus on that. I will tell you this now. The reason why in my very first book of The Unbeatables, it took me 6 months to put together because of the buildings that I drew in there, because I had to draw every building by hand. Until now, I learned about the whole building preset stuff from Mr. Fish. That has tremendously helped out making buildings so quick and easy. There we go. Oh, man, I'm actually really liking that. It's literally the only difference being is that there's one without it and then one with it. Without, with it. Without, with it. There you go. That's the only difference. What if it was an alien hunter who tracks down different creatures and monsters all over the galaxy? I mean, we would then have to design the alien hunter that would even do that. Right, Mr. Fish? I mean, we can do spaceships the next episode, then right after that, we can then create that. I mean, you created a cool hunter on the last episode, I remembered. It was like a bounty hunter, was it, or no?
No, it was anti-hero I did.
Okay.
And Matt had a pirate that came out really cool. I
Yeah,
really
it was like
liked the collection he came up with.
Yeah, that was a really cool one. You okay? Snap something?
Yeah, it's not super
No, not the hair. What if one of the alien minions that serves under Lord Dominus betrayed him and joined the Cosmic Coalition? I mean, that's okay. Now you see, that's where we're getting some cool side character energy right there.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Like Worf, like a fish out of water kind of. What's it like having one of the enemy in your uniform working beside you? Can you ever really trust him? Like that could make for some fun stories right there.
And also
that
a fun really character when you really think about it. Because like honestly, like think of it this way. So far we've created a good chunk of characters that would work right along with Jupiter Jack, Meteor Mandy. Like this, either the Cosmic Coalition, either them being a side character, an enemy, an ally, something like that. But to actually to have someone work in the Cosmic Coalition who was once part of the Dark Matter Coalition, that's pretty insane, especially if it's one of these little blind minions over here as well, because again, they have no eyes or anything like that. So they're literally like having to, they're blindly
to read them and stuff. Like, oh yeah, that'd be good. Man, I almost wonder if he even needed the arms and stuff, but I like drawing gorilla arms, so I did it. I don't know.
You did what you could. You did.
Yeah, I'm not super excited, but I'm also not super disappointed. I think it came out pretty cool. I don't know. I was hoping for something a little more extra magical, and I think
probably
cool.
If it was up to me and if I had to do this thing all over again, I would have probably find a way to make the tail like give it a combination of the squid, the vampire squid's like overall tentacle vibe, where it could open up, and then also having that kind of striped effect. Maybe you can even, again, I'm just tossing ideas here. What if you added a stripe effect on the wing itself to kind of give the vibe of that raccoon element still being there? So then, that's
an idea. Honestly, if I could pick whatever I wanted to do with it, I would take the raccoon out and just make it like a gorilla squid bat. Like I would just do that, and that would have made it a lot easier design. But this is to challenge me, so I'm not mad at it. What if there was an alien hybrid in the Cosmic Coalition, the Dark Matter Coalition, or just being a side character doing something else?
And that's always the fun part about sci-fi. You can always explore more realms beyond just like, say, the Jupiter Jack, the Meteor Mandies. You can follow Blorp. We don't know what Blorp does.
A spy in the Dark Matter Coalition trying to help Jack and Mandy, but he looks and talks like the enemy. That'd be a good job for a Deceptile right there if you could trust him to go in and pretend to be one of those eyeless aliens and, morph themselves into looking like that, being shapeshifters and feedback information. But could you ever really trust them? That would be good. Tommy Drula, 8433 says, hey, love your videos. Keep up the awesome work. We love you too, Tommy Drula, 8433. Back at you, baby.
Man, this was definitely an interesting episode of Roll for Hero. And this also goes to show you that we're not always going to win. We're always not going to be able to draw like the big stuff or like the things that we think are like the best.
I like yours a lot more. I really do. I think yours came out really cool.
Again, I really tried as well. So, I mean, if I had to really fix up on this thing, I would probably make that tail, giving it that squid kind of vibe, like adding more of the squid with it while still incorporating the raccoon vibe. Because right now, the only reason why
putting like some little bat wings on it to be their little ears or something, but do that like ringed kind of design on it if I was going to edit it, I would say take off his legs and just have it be the hands and then that bulb tail for the body thing. I think that would be really cool. But like I remember when they mentioned, I don't know if it was in the comments first or if the idea of putting hands on the end of the tentacles, and I was like, oh woof, that's going to be tough. That came out looking really cool. I really like the way it came out.
I will say I'm very proud of this hybrid combination. So again, just so that we can kind of get to every element. So the head, as it is a combination of the ape or the gorilla and the squid. So I tried combining both those elements, and the ears are from the bat. Now I could have done the raccoon ears, but the bat ears are more like prevalent in my opinion.
They're iconic. I mean,
they really are iconic. And then the little blue bulb things on his head there are actually supposed to be reminiscent of the vampire squid because it has those little cute flappy thingies. And I kind of wanted to add that on there as like a bioluminescent type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the raccoon element definitely came from the coloring more than anything else. So I think with mine, like if I didn't give it the raccoon tail, you wouldn't honestly tell if it was like part raccoon. But because of the fact that I used raccoon coloring, I feel like that was also like a major factor as to why it was even able to tie in that animal to it. Because again, you have the more gorilla centered or shaped kind of face, giving the awesome, like a raccoon eye mask type of thing. And again, using the squid, the vampire squid's like, weird, in betweens, as like the part of the wings, but that also works with the bat element as well. Mm-hmm. So again, you're kind of hybriding those ideas to kind of work along with each other. Again, the 6 arms is a representation of the tentacles. Again, the gorilla.
It's such a weird little squid. I mean, it's terrifying and cute all at the same time. But this is just freaking scary. And see, and the thing I like about your multi-arm thing is like you could run the spikes down those too, and it would still be absolutely terrifying. And I don't know if they necessarily make sense on bony fingers and the bony finger bones and the wings while trying to, invoke the bad idea. I don't know how well that would do for actually grabbing and sucking stuff in the way soft fleshy tentacles do.
I mean, for all we know, this could be just like an unfortunate, like maybe this is just a horrific experiment that has gone correct, maybe in Lord Dominus's eyes or lack thereof. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he decided that he wanted to create creatures to actually like go against him. Because again, when we created the villains, when we created Lord Dominus and his henchmen, he was seeking the thrill of like trying to have that kind of battle. So I can imagine he would.
I could absolutely see him like mixing together different apex predator species to try and make something bigger and badder to fight, to challenge himself, to better himself. I like that idea. Though I gotta say, I think yours is right there on the verge of looks like it could just be that way. Like that's the alien. And as opposed to being a mix of things. But I appreciate Dragon Gaming coming in with none of the negative talk. You guys are awesome and your art is awesome and Fish is a damn sexy man. Thank you, Dragon Gaming. I appreciate it.
To be the sexiest man in 1969. So I mean, that's all I know.
And Tommy Drula says, I personally don't have a favorite because both give me kaiju vibes, which is pretty sick. I'm hyped to read Jupiter Jack as a comic book because I love the concept of pulp heroes reimagined in the modern day for future readers. I appreciate that. What if Jupiter Jack had his own team?
I mean, that's why he's with Meteor Mandy. They're already a team of 2. And then depending on
now, there's an idea though. What would the Super Friends Justice League, like be for Jupiter Jack and Meteor Mandy? What would the other side heroes be to their Superman and Wonder Woman?
I guess from how it sounds, we have our next few episodes planned. We have
here we go.
We have our spaceship one. We happen to have what was it? We got our spaceship, right? I think we need to have a hunter or an alien bounty hunter or some kind of a hunter of some kind, right? Now, because we're on episode 7, so that's what 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 5 more episodes. So we got spaceships, bounty hunters, what's it called? Alien sidekick characters, probably another superhero or super, friend of some kind.
And then the last one, but sci-fi, anyone? See, I'm picking up what Tommy Drew is putting down.
Tommy Drew,
he's stepping in, and I like it. That's a cool idea, especially like if you kept the retro vibe, like he's still got like a big box communicator on his wrist and stuff, and the trench coat. and all like that would be cool. That would be cool. And then gets in like, you know, a 50s looking hover car and zips around the space station, you know, looking for the, you know, the dame that killed the guy that, you know, whatever.
Or it turns out the alien that killed the other one. Who knows?
Flip it on its head. Make it Trace Dickey or something. But that could be really cool, like a noir detective on a space station. That could be really neat, you know? Oh, that could be really cool. And just have him, you know, like monologuing to himself as he's walking down drippy corridors, you know, and like, you know, the Deceptiles are always up to no good. You can't trust them as far as you can throw them, you know, what all. That
And,
could
like,
be really cool.
That honestly could be. And then him having to team up with Jupiter Jack on a particular case or a mission, or better yet, maybe Jupiter Jack is out of commission. And then all of a sudden Meteor Mandy has to be like a bit of both. She can't grow big, but she's trying to take on a really big Goliath, you know, galactic Goliath type step here in trying to solve a particular mystery. It has to work along with this, you know, space-like Dick Tracy. Who knows? What about a helpful space royalty character? Space royals. How have we not thought of that?
The king of outer space.
Or the king of the Eastern European section of the galaxy.
I have a whole kingdom of aliens that I've like hinted at in the Mighty Call that I haven't gotten to show yet, that I really want to show because it's an idea I've been holding on to for decades at this point, that I wanted. I've sprinkled them in a couple of games here and there, but like all of like the Egyptian gods and stuff, kind of like taking a note from Stargate to a point, like all the old Egyptian gods are actually aliens from this other galaxy, and they had used Earth as an outpost, and you know it was a territory for a while until a war broke out and they lost that territory and forgot about it. And but those guys are still alive now, and they're still in charge, and they're still the kings and stuff. And so like I really want to show that world because the aliens I made are really cool.
Benjamin says, imagine if Meteor Mandy has to get help from a hero who can transform into an alien monster. Basically, just create Ben 10, but different.
Oh my god, a really cool alien that like transforms into like a nerd, like transforms into a jock. He just transforms into like different stereotype humans, and like, goes from some big four-armed rock alien, and then
turns into a
fat, flushy nerd.
Tommy Drula says, like she starts out as an enemy, but she becomes an ally later on, probably. So like probably that Space Royal character at some point, maybe as an enemy, maybe views, you know, Jupiter Jack, Meteor Mandy, and friends as potential enemies of this sector of the galaxy, but eventually over time turns her, you know, mentality to a different way. It's like, oh wait, they're actually helping.
Mm-hmm.
What if Meteor Mandy could grow to the size of an asteroid if she really pushed herself? Now that is a really interesting situation.
See, Jordan's thinking. Jordan's pushing the envelope. Haven't we already done the space royalty idea with the Christmas live stream episode? I mean, that could be argued. What if, like, Mrs. Claus was space royalty, and
within the northern region of the galaxy? Yeah,
what does that mean? Like, that's interesting. That makes me start to think, like, what does that mean? That suddenly makes me feel bad about Christmas presents. You know, like it's the king just sprinkling out, here is your once a year blessing from your Lord and Master. Like,
well,
it
then again,
makes me feel bad about it.
Yes, that is interesting because the way that I framed it is like, you know, Mrs. Claus is just this like hardcore, you know, military personnel.
Yeah.
And her husband being this obvious, like, you know, space cargo hauler, just hauling all of, you know, the goodies that, you know, all of their subjects, you know, delightfully create. Who knows? I don't know how that all works out. What do we got over here? What do the space royalty look as wicked as biblically accurate angels? Like creating weird, like high end. Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, that would be an interesting one. Again, it sucks how we're halfway into the show, guys. We have 5 more episodes, and this season is done. Like, I know, like, we could go further, but the thing is, we don't want to overstep ourselves. We don't, because if we do, we're gonna just be making nothing but just a bunch of sci-fi stuff nonstop, and we want to
do other cool stuff. And who knows what we're gonna roll up for the next season?
Because literally, we don't know. We are we're probably gonna have to make 2 lists of 2 exactly the same lists of all the genres. Well, we got a whole influx of this stuff here. Anyways. But the hero doesn't need a device to transform into an alien monster. Okay, we're talking about that transforming alien dude. Not a bad idea. I can totally see maybe an alien infusing his DNA with maybe this one person, and now they can kind of either do a hybrid transformation where they're both, like part alien, part whatever the other half is. That could work. I really like that. With the reindeer as their northern military, with the reindeer games, yes, that is always awesome. Oh, what if you made a Super Saiyan space-themed team who fights Jupiter Jack and is based on Greek gods concepts, the Greek concept wise, or something like Q Ranger somewhat. Okay. And isn't Q Ranger the pirate theme? Because if that's the case, then yes, I'm totally for that. Totally for that.
That could be cool.
But so far, we are close to pushing the stream borderline to 3 hours. What if you made an alien hive mind? Okay, that part we have. Again, that is an interesting one.
See, that's something that I thought about doing, was like a bulk monster, like something that is mini parts, like ants or
I guess in a way,
critters or something.
I guess
like
in a weird way, this could have been that, because like they do have that hive mind kind of concept, because they are insect-like to a degree, and they were probably being controlled by Lord Dominus. But and again, that cover that I drew, Wahail, or the one that I just added our little Grazilla over here. But it's like you can kind of see how like they're all minions under Lord Dominus's reign. We could say they're a hive mind, but that's like me kind of copping out there. I mean, obviously we could try to find other ways of creating other aliens that could be hive mind. Is different than Gokaiger, which is more like pirates. Q-Ranger is also more alien ranger species wise. Okay. Q-Ranger, I feel like I've known. If you go by the actual original Japanese name or like the terminology for it, I'm going to be a little lost. I'm going to unfortunately need another Power Ranger counterpart, so that way I have a better idea. Because I know that Gokaiger was definitely the pirate-themed Power Rangers team that is in America Super Mega Force, which is garbage, apparently. What's your brainstormer there, Mr. Fish? You look like you're thinking.
His comments got me thinking along the lines of like, what if it was like a Power Rangers type team, where they transform into basically a human form and then they're fighting and whatnot, but then they transformed up into like their own giant forms without using like a Megazord, but they transformed up into like kaiju size, like Ultraman. Ooh. Into like a secondary form, which I guess is almost Ultraman, basically. But yeah. I don't know. It's an extra step to get there.
I mean,
it seems like it was a cool original idea, but then the more I think about it, it's kind of like already Ultraman.
Well, so, actually, here's a little interesting tidbit as well for any hardcore Toku fan, as well as a hardcore Marvel fan, because we had to thank Captain America, or if anything, Miss America, as well as Spider-Man, as to why Power Rangers even has the format that it does have.
Oh, man. They wouldn't have Zords if it wasn't for Spider-Man, which is freaking crazy to me that Spider-Man is where they got Zords from. But, hey, I'll take it, man. That's awesome.
I mean, and not only that, but I do like the idea that they would transform, like, if we create a Power Rangers-like team and that team grows to become Ultraman-esque, I actually like maybe at first they look like the proper helmet henshin heroes. They wear the helmet.
The thing, like if they changed as they go up and they got more, they're a different being when they grow up large. Like they look different. They're not just a dude in a suit. Like Power Rangers are essentially dudes in a suit with a helmet on.
right?
know.
But when they grow, it looks more like of an organic, like alien kind of vibe. That I actually like because it actually works with that whole concept. And like getting to work with the idea of like, oh, we get to make the suit, but make it look creepier or alien-like.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Ultraman. It's where that weird hybrid of like mixing Ultraman and a Power Ranger kind of comes together. That's actually a really cool idea. Again, probably for something like Concept Corner, where we get to yap about some fun ideas once this entire season's over. Oh, here we go.
Okay. All right. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Roll it back. Okay. Now I know at least that I've been working on an idea in the back of my head for a while about like sort of like Digimon symbiote kind of thing, where you would like catch these mythical creatures and train them, and if you bond with them, then you can join together and evolve into some kind of a mix of like me and whatever the creature is that I just got. And you evolve into a mix of that, and we could evolve like Digimon into several stages of evolution, like before a fight. And then when you get tired, you go back down, and we would separate back into our individual parts again. And like you could train a handful of different different creatures that you've caught and bonded with. And so like, if you're coming up against somebody that you needed like fire abilities, then you could bond with this dude and you would evolve up into a mix of that. But I just got to thinking, what if those were like baby kaiju instead that you were training? And when you merge together, you evolve up into this, mix of half human, half whatever, robot Crabzord or whatever this kaiju is going to be when he grows up. And the more you work together and the more you train together, the more you could up that evolution quicker and go from like stage to stage. That could be really cool, because that could take you from like, we've evolved into a Power Ranger just by joining, to like we got 10 feet tall, 20 feet tall, 100 feet, 10 stories.
Create like 5 levels of transformation. You have the average size, maybe just like a bit larger, but you can kind of see the organic evolution. Then
and every little mission lets you get another step of evolution, because we learned the power of friendship or whatever that lets us go one step higher and get bigger. That would be really.
Dragon Gaming has pointed this out. Hold on, real quick. We also have Jordan saying, "What if there was a Power Rangers inspired Japanese? What if there was a Power Rangers inspired Japanese superhero team that was then copied by the American government?"
I like that idea.
That's very interesting. And then the kind of like what you were talking about, describing your method of like this, working with the Digimon and whatnot, is called Digimon Frontiers. That's an actual show where the kids do bond with their Digimon. And they actually
I didn't see that. But
and then there's like, I actually had something I was working on that is inspired by Digimon Adventure, the anime, but it was instead be more with public domain characters, sort of like old school Doctor Who episode wise.
Cool.
That is very interesting. And you see what the hard part is? Like, now I really want to expand. You see, now, Mr. Fish, remember how I was tagging that term Batimals because I really didn't know where to work with that? I feel like that would be a really good name to work with the concept there. But again, that probably not, because that's more, I feel there's something more kaiju related with that. But I don't
know. I think there might be an idea there. It's something to play around with and see. Though I also really, the 3D printer has me really wanting to use the Batimals idea as like making
like a game
figures that we could piece together, and like you could take parts from all these different animal characters that we made and like put the tiger claws on this dude and the bat wings and whatever and make a new character out of that. I think would be really fun if we made them where they could like click together easily,
like interchange and like
and like the old He-Man figures had the click on arms and you could pop them off and put somebody else's on. And if you had like a segment on the back of the arm where you could click on a weapon and you could switch that out with somebody else's weapon and then switch out the arms as well, and then switch out the head and switch out the torso. And
that's where Batimals would definitely take on a different twist.
See, I think it would be really cool there. And
like one episode, the group of main characters would be forced into a fairy tale story, sort of like Kingdom Hearts, but with more modern history and subversion fairy tale tropes. I forgot in what relation this was being discussed with, in what topic.
What his other idea here.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, never mind. Okay, there we go. All right, now I got
working with the public domain characters and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I feel like we have overstayed our welcome, as we usually tend to with our series here of Roll for Hero.
Well, we've been hanging out with our buddies for nearly 3 hours. So
basically, and for those who have stuck around, and I mean, who's been partaking and seeing us draw basically a strange hybrid of a raccoon, a gorilla, a vampire squid, and a full-blown,
bat.
And a bat. Thank you so much. This was a ton of fun to do. I really do enjoy the results of what I at least managed to come up with. I know, Mr. Fish, I feel like you were onto something there, and I feel like you can definitely get to that point. So,
Oh, yeah.
But it is what it is there. I had a blast and a half. I can't wait to see what y'all ended up drawing. For those that may have joined along with us here on Roll for Hero, guys, please make sure if you joined along with us, if you rolled up a weird alien creature of some kind, make sure to utilize the hashtag Roll for Hero. That's going to be ROLL, the number 4, and of course HERO. Please use that hashtag in any form of social media so that way we can snag up your drawings and that way we can show it off here in the stream. And hopefully one day we might even go as far as to either redesigning, redrawing, or repurposing those art pieces in any way, shape, and form. Man, that's
going to be some fun episodes right there.
Those are going to be some really exciting episodes. But outside of that, I think it is. Any final words, Mr. Fish, on your end of things here?
No, I'm good, man. It has been fun. Thank y'all for hanging out, and I look forward to next week,
where we, of course, let the dice dictate what on God's green earth we're going to be drawing today. So, everyone, we're going to be ending our fun stream here. So, of course, please remember to live by these 3 simple rules. Make sure to stay awesome, to stay weird, and, of course, to always keep life to the easiest. Always remember that art inspires all, but you can inspire more. And never forget, your uncles love you. Keep it easy, guys.
Roll for Hero!
And even if you were to have like a prompt of 10 different things, right? Like say if you had one prompt of like, here's 10 different personality traits, here's 10 different superpowers, here's 10 different drawbacks.
I like coming up with random list of powers and then just see what I come up with.
Imagine rolling just those things every single time. It's always going to vary. The possibility of that happening is, again, like a 1 in 10 chance, but it's like, it shows that there's
always something else cool right around the